This show offers a relaxed, close-up concert experience. Don't miss Three for the Tillerman, October 21st at the Horowitz Theater. Tickets available now at horowitzevents.ca.
Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
Have your sports curiosity cured.
Plays out so well. For Kaz Okamoto, number 18 on the season, and it's a one-run game.
A veteran of the sports reporting game for over 25 years.
The fact that he come off the bench, it was about the elbow mark just before the elbow mark. Makes you wonder why he didn't start.
All over the top towards Saliba. Saliba bringing it down. Toss it down to Promise David. From Promise David, and Canada get one back.
Breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams.
56 seconds. Zone long touchdown. DJ Luther has it. And the Edmonton Elks are back in front.
This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, here we go for Saul. 696, June the 26th, Friday, June the 26th. The weekend is here, so let's tear up the old pea patch, clicker into Schnell, and make a fast break to the 11 o'clock hour. It is Feel Good Friday. It is Playlist Friday. If you've got a song that you want to hear in the next 4 hours as a walk-up song, as an intro song, get it in, and the Duke will get her on. And already we got some songs coming in already. Good morning. Welcome to the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440 on your AM radio dial on your morning drive into work on a Friday, or maybe you're heading out for the weekend. I know a lot of people are actually heading down to Ponoka area for the Stampede because that gets going this weekend. And I think one of our employees here, Mac the Knife, is heading down there too with the CFCW cruiser van. And so anyway, safe travels. Thanks so much for tuning in on Sports 1440 AM radio. You can also watch us on YouTube at Sports 1440 AM. Drop us a like, a subscription. We would really appreciate that. We're also on X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. As always, we're streaming on the many, many services that are out there. On iHeartRadio, the TuneIn app, even on sports1440.ca. And if you miss any part of any show, well, you can find it where they all hang out, where the podcasts hang, on Apple, Spotify, even Google and Amazon. Be sure to subscribe. Select the auto download. You'll never miss a second of the show. Yeah, so glad you're with us on a Friday morning, where last night, was it unbelievable? Was it awesome? You bet it was in Winnipeg. The Double E, the green and gold, beat the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 23-18 to improve to 3-0 on the season. The first time that they've started the year 3-0 since 2017. Hadn't won in Winnipeg since 2018. So they rip off a couple of streaks last night, had a lead 17-0, but you know, hey, the other team's playing too here. And Winnipeg came back to take the lead, but the late TJ Luther touchdown gives the Double E the 23-18 win. Hey, let's welcome in our co-host on Mondays and Fridays, Grey Cup champion from 2015, all-decade team with the Double E, all-century team for U Sports, in U Sports history, Eddie Steele. Good morning to you, Eddie.
KK, good morning to you.
We were watching the game last night. We had a nice function at the taco shop here at West Edmonton Mall with all our amazing sponsors and advertisers. And Jason Greger put on a hell of a spread. Mark Levers and Mo Blaeways and the staff at the taco shop were unreal. We got a good feed in. Had a couple margaritas.
Got a good feed.
Eddie had about 27 churros.
Oh, those churros. But they were split in half.
Sauce.
So that 27, divide that by 2, really.
So you had 13.
That's about the equivalent of.
They were outstanding.
They were.
But we watched the game. You left. You wanted to get at halftime?
Yeah, I got
home to watch. I was thinking of leaving at halftime. And I was like, the time okay, one more margarita.
Yeah,
Turn to 2, turn to 3.
And let's be honest, don't bury the lead. Like,
What?
yes, it was a nice get together for all the sponsors and people, who are involved with Sports 1440, but it was a celebration of you.
Oh,
So that's why you can't bust out of your own party too early, KK. I get it.
I was the third last to leave.
Nice.
Duke and Fenny, and Mac, the three of them were, I think they outweighted me.
Wow, they did. The youngsters, They shut it down.
I mean, they party hard.
Good for them. Good for them.
Duke had 27 margaritas and 12 beer.
Couple of dickeritas in there, huh?
But no, it was a fabulous night. I have to thank Greg's for his generous GC for the ranch. Now I'm in the process too, and I mean I was going to be doing it anyway. I'm going to get fitted again for at the TaylorMade shop there at the Ranch Golf and Country Club. But thanks, Greg's, and it was a wonderful night and so good to see some great people. I don't know if you were still. I think you were still there, Eddie, at that point. But Kenny Franchuk from Crystal Glass was there. And he goes, I got to get going. He goes, well, we should do something to Gregor, he said.
Oh, I was with you guys.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, it kind of blurs in. And so he went up to Greg's and said, hey, I'm pulling all my advertising from you and I'm putting it into Karius's new podcast that he's dropping next week.
What was Gregor's reaction? Because I was there when you guys were planning it.
Kenny said, well, he got him for like a second or two. And then he said, yeah, right. He wouldn't know how to assemble a podcast. Something like that. Yeah.
You wouldn't. I love it.
But it was great. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, man. It's I'm happy to be doing this. Let's have a lot of fun this morning because I'm not to make it about you. You're not that guy, but this is your last show.
Last show. And I can't extend my appreciation to all the fans and the listeners and the viewers that I've had over the course of 36 years, reaching out from everywhere. In Saskatchewan, where I spent a lot of time, obviously in Alberta and Calgary,
far and wide.
But I mean, our text line, I've tried to respond to each and every one of you. I think I'm close, but I'll do a little more on the weekend because yesterday was a bit of a gong show with hockey and then that thing. And then today is going to be, we got the dinner at Chop with the J-Dog, Jason Beulah. So that's the last thing. We'll be going out to that. So,
buddy, you and I have been eating well the past couple of days.
Wednesday, we had the Castle. Yeah, the Duke and buffet. The last night was Eddie. You had at least 8 tacos.
No, I was nice and lean. Kept it light.
Why are you taking the fish off the taco?
Those fish pieces were so good. It was.
But it's the whole experience.
Yeah,
it's the crunch cabbage. It's everything.
No, the fajita shell, all sog. It was all good, and not that down. I'm hyping up the fish with. Yeah. That was like the best fish and chip style battered fish that I've had in a long time. Mm-hmm. Big chunks.
It was very good, but. You said about the lead. No, the lead was the last night's game, 23-18. And you asked me last week, I think it was. No, I think it was Monday. Is this team for real? Can this team win the division? I said, I want to hear that thing and I want to see that thing. Show me one more time. And they did. So now you're 3-0. And I mean, top of the table in the West. You know that. Saskatchewan's playing here, but the big game, BC and Calgary, those teams are 0-2. Someone's going to be 0-3. Someone, BC or Calgary, is going to be 3 games back of the Double E.
That's big.
And if you were to say that after week 4, you'd go, no.
It's not too late yet, but it's getting to the point once you're 0-3 and teams start going, you're losing a lot of ground. It gets hard to gain that back.
You don't have to look any further than here. It snowballs on you.
Yeah, exactly.
All of a sudden, 0-3 turns into 1-7, and you go, what are we doing next year? So,
That's real, KK.
Exactly. So, TJ Luther had that late TD, had some drops during the game. There were some drops over the course of the game. And I thought Cody Fajardo threw a hell of a ball all night.
Yeah, he did.
And he ended up going 25 of 35 for 267. That touchdown pass was his 100th of his career. So congrats to Cody on that. Justin Rankin, 106 yards again. The guy is the best player in the league. Just the way the game unfolded, and we were watching. We're keeping an eye on it. It's like everyone knows when you're in a bar and you're talking and it's friends and this and that, and you're keeping an eye on the TV and you're keeping an eye on the conversation. Half out. Yeah, it's a little different. So anyway, what did you your overall thoughts on the game?
I think my overall thought is you nailed it with Justin Rankin, best player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a blessing and a curse. The blessing is you have the best player in the league and he can hit home runs. The curse is you start to telegraph when you go to him. And Coach Maximic, the offensive coordinator, is going to have his work cut out for him. And I think we saw that evolve, especially that last drive for the Double E, where Cody went to the pass, really had success with some play action and going to different receivers. But this offense is going to have to become more than Justin Rankin, because I know for sure as a defensive player going into this game, Winnipeg was going to have multiple sets of eyes on him, and they did. And he had his big plays, but they had him bottled up pretty good for the most part. He had 106 yards in the game. He had that, I think, early in the third quarter and finished with 106. So they really shut him down in the second half. Pretty good.
Yeah, you're right on that. The last drive, and I watched it with the Duke and Josh and Mac at the taco shop. And we were like, okay, I'm looking at the clock. And first of all, I'll be honest with you, Eddie, I understand what the CFL is doing, but either you're having one clock or you're not. The 20-second clock for the last 3 minutes.
I know.
Okay. One or the other. Pick one.
I'm with you.
Okay. But how they ran the ball and the clock, and then there was that one quick pass to Mac and he dropped it. So that was like 20 seconds there because of the incompletion. And I was thinking, okay, that could cost him when it comes to the end. However, after I looked back on it, I went and thought they were going, we're going to score a touchdown here. We're not settling for three and make it a 20-18 game. They were going, we're scoring a touchdown here.
That was a veteran. That was a championship team winning drive.
Yeah.
The way they milked the clock, the play selection, the execution. But that was a championship.
If that's drive. An NFL game, there's no chance that they're even doing anything remote. And I'm talking about how the clock works and everything. They're running the ball every time.
Killing it.
And they're getting down to 18 seconds. I believe it would have been 18 seconds on third down, and then we could have kicked the field goal from 5 yards out or whatever.
They would have just booted it.
And then now you're going, okay, our defense is going to hold, hopefully, for the 3 points. But that's the aggressiveness of the team, which is what you want.
And you have to do that because look at Winnipeg got it past midfield.
Absolutely.
To end the game. They didn't get it deep into the red zone or anything because it was a weird play call, the last play, but they moved the ball.
Yeah. 7:12. Let's welcome in the Duke of Delburne on a Friday morning. Already the requests are pouring in at 833-401-1440. Now, Duke, I lost track with your margarita and beer order somewhere
come on.
Around 16 to 18.
Come on now.
Come on now.
No margaritas. I was just on the cervezas. A little wedge of lime in there to zest it up. And I had a few. And I was because when we arrived, the taco shop was kind enough to dispense a couple drink tokens to each patron, which was great. And I was like, oh, this is exactly what I need. Just a couple drinks, make through the evening, watch the football game. But then Laddie, Schlemmer, Eddie, Low Tide, Laddie's wife, Kim, all of a sudden I'm just collecting these things like they're infinity stones. Yeah. And I had a pretty good little package of them on my hand. And I share the wealth. I share with Donnie and Josh and Mac. Who, as you pointed out, Kev, were the stragglers of the party, and along with yourself, yours truly.
I've never seen Duke cling on so much to the non-drinkers just to get those tickets. Hey, Eddie, what are you doing with your 3 tickets?
Yeah. What are you? You got any plans for those? You got those marked for anybody yet? No, they were all served up to me without an ask. They just floated my way, and I was very grateful. And like I said, I shared the wealth. And great night, awesome night. I'm interested to see how much of a non-factor new clubs will have on your golf game, Kevin. Mm-hmm. It's the eternal question that every amateur golfer is like, man, if I just get new, it's just these clubs, it's just these clubs.
It helps a little bit.
As my great friends in the First Nations say, it's not the arrow, it's the Indian.
Yeah, that's true.
Very true. So that was great. Great cons by you and Greg's about not only all the sponsors and everything, but of course your time here. So as Eddie said, looking forward to a great last show and sending you out on a high of a note as possible.
I have to thank Edgar and Jerry from Bonton. Eddie picked up a bunch of pastry this morning from Bonton Bakery, and Eddie was a little late this morning coming to the studio. But we've already wolfed down a couple. I got a nice load of a half loaf of rye bread here.
Your favorite.
Yeah, the old Piglet will be a
they
little
know
jealous
you.
now
They
because she
know
was
you.
baking big time bread. She could get a job there.
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah. Well, you've had
Especially
some
with that the old jalapeno sourdough.
sourdough. Yeah, absolutely. So, man, we've got a jam-packed show today. Coming up at the 8 o'clock hour, Mark Spector will be with us in his usual 8 o'clock time slot. We are going to be introducing our new host at 9 o'clock for the morning show here on Sports 1440. So at 9 o'clock, we'll kind of pass the baton, if you will. Eddie's sticking around for the entire 4 hours today because he said he just didn't want to miss any part of it.
I'm definitely watching that. I'm sticking around for that, man. I'm going to try not to cry today, KK.
Oh, no. Mark Killam's going to be with us at 8:20, Eddie. So great that the coach is coming. I've got a perfect starting line for Mark Killam, how the interview is going to start. And I thought about that. It just came to me last night because Duke was saying, okay, if it looks like we're going to have Killam, I mean, you never know how things go. But so Mark's going to be with us at 8:20, and I got a perfect starting line for the interview. One of my all-time favorite guests, just because baseball and Jensen Lewis from By the Books on VSiN Live. For some reason, Jensen and I kind of think the game about the same way, and just like Eddie, you and I, we think the show the same way, but it's different because your football knowledge is 100 times more than mine, and the hockey knowledge is
vice versa.
Not as much, but
yeah, it's more.
I don't know, but so it's different. And for some reason, like I think a lot of our listeners know that baseball is something is a passion of mine, and I love playing baseball more than playing hockey growing up. But Jensen's one of the very best, and we've had some great conversations. It's 10 o'clock on a Friday. That means it's Gary Meyer golfing with the G-Man. He'll be in. I wanted to have a dear friend of ours, Daryl McDonald, on, but I just wanted to wish the very best to Daryl. Daryl's undergoing some cancer treatments right now, and Daryl is an icon in this city when it comes to golf. There is nobody in this city that's done more for golf as far as pros that have gone on. Like, you talk about the trade tree in the NHL.
Right.
The golf tree of pros in the Edmonton and wherever area that started under Daryl in this city and have gone on to be great contributors to the game of golf in Edmonton and area is second to none.
Major legacy.
And Daryl, I wanted him to come in, but he's actually going to be at the Cross Cancer undergoing a treatment from 9 to 11. And I just wish nothing but
all the best, Daryl. Stay strong, brother.
Yeah, you betcha. Much more to come on the Kevin Carey Show with Eddie Steele, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Car shopping sucks. That's right. Going back and forth 100 times just to get a price. Give me your credit card for a test drive. What's all these extra fees? That sounds ridiculous. At Northgate, we do things a little differently. Good deals on new, pre-owned vehicles, good people, and a great selection. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Okay, new strategy. I'll just live in the freezer till October. It's spacious in here. It's spacious.
There's a better way to survive the coming AC season. Pro Solutions is your one-call solves-it-all expert for AC repairs, tune-ups, and new installations. We offer convenient financing options and fast appointments so you can enjoy your entire home, not just the freezer.
Now I can leave the frozen peas where they belong.
Book now at prosolutionsinc.ca.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit FountainTire.com today.
You don't just need property services, you need problems handled. HireGood provides cleanup, debris removal, site monitoring, and safety attendance across Edmonton. We reduce issues on your property, keep spaces safe, and take pressure off your team. We resolve real problems for businesses while creating real impact because our team is built on second chances and they show up every day ready to prove it. Visit hiregood.ca or call and mention Jason Gregor for a first-time discount. HireGood. Stable jobs create stable lives.
Our new McCafe crafted sodas just drinks or something more, like Sprite Berry Bliss, Creamy Strawberry Coke, and Orange Dream. all swirled with fizzy flavor and topped with silky cold foam. Only at McDonald's. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada.
A Saskatchewan boy who grew up loving and playing sports. At least we think he grew up. Listen to Kevin Karius weekday mornings from 7 to 11 on Edmonton's home for sports. Sports 1440.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in stock, ready to deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need when you need it 24/7, 365 every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
Wednesday, July 1st, the free agent pool is open for swimming, and Sports 1440 has the perfect man to dive in. Join Lowtide from 10 till 1 as he explores the depths of free agency with special guests and live insights. Powered by Booster Juice. No water wings required.
Your game, your station. Sports 1440.
And watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 722 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick with you on Sports 1440. It's Playlist Friday, Feel Good Friday. That request came in yesterday, and it came in because we were talking, the texter was saying, well, Procol Harum, that's the band, they were here in Edmonton like 55 years ago, ballpark, and played with the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. And that's how cool that was.
Be a cool mashup.
Yeah. And anyway, they've got some great tunes. Obviously, Procol Harum, "Whiter Shade of Pale" is probably their most popular song. "Conquistador" too.
You probably went to it, huh?
I was there. Yeah, no, I would love to see that because I mean, the symphony is unreal. Like, I mean, Symphony in the Park. If you ever get a chance, Eddie,
I've heard.
Oh,
I've
the
actually
sound coming out of there.
I truly have heard positive things.
The sound coming out of there. Hey, I just got a text from a dear friend, Sparky Kolchinsky. And when the Oilers, one of the reasons the Oilers franchise was so successful is because of the people that ran a lot of things behind the scenes. So Sparky, Barry Stafford, and all the great guys that then moved on to Jeff Lang, Brad Harrison, and all these guys, and now TD Force and Sevy, obviously. The reason why teams, and this firsthand, what are the people behind the scenes, and what do they mean to the team? Dwayne Mandruzzi.
They just honored him. Exactly.
And you can go on with all your athletic therapists that were there.
They're the pillars.
Like
they're
Nate was there.
You want to talk culture? Like, it begins with those types of people. It's not just about the players.
Yeah.
The players come and go. Those people are there long before and after any player.
And long before there and after on a daily basis.
Yeah, literally.
Never mind.
Literally. Exactly.
They're 20 hours.
Exactly, KK.
Like all these guys like Langer. I mean, it's unbelievable with the team. I want to give a shout out to all those people. Sparky texts in and says, "Hey, KK, congrats on your retirement. You'll be missed for a while." Then he goes, then this is the best line here, Eddie. "I hope you're planning on retiring from alumni hockey. You're getting painful to watch."
He ain't wrong.
Love Spark. I love you too, man. There's, you end up being friends with these guys after, Barry, and then there's a guy that's just battling like a son of a bitch with cancer, and Sparky, just as good as they were at their jobs, they're better people.
Man, but that's a testament to you, Kevin, because what I've noticed is you become boys with a lot of people, a lot of players, a lot of people within the organization. You are a people person. Yeah. You're a relationship guy. Others, yeah, and you shout out the others all the time. I'm shouting you out, man.
Oh, thanks.
Because honestly, how many former players are you boys with? NHL, CFL, different across the landscape. You get in tight with a lot of guys, and you don't see that quite often from someone who is, working in the media. So it's you're very unique, man. And the way you go about it, you are a boy. You are one of us.
I texted Michael Riley the night that Dwayne got his 50th on Saturday, had the recognition, and Riles texted right back. And then I thought, you know what? It would be great to have him on the show this Friday at 7:20 with Eddie. Talk about 2015. Ghosted me. He doesn't want to do any. He's
so low key,
but he does. He's done doing.
He's done.
Interviews,
He's
media.
out of the spotlight.
But you think about who could be a great, color analyst.
Yeah,
for TSN.
Saw him up here. That would have been 2 years ago for the 75th.
Yeah,
because at the dinner and whatnot, and it was great to catch up with him. But he is happily living a low key life, firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
And man, you can just the way he walks, you can tell he battled out there on the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got that big gait to him now. And
I don't know if I ever told you the story with Sparky Kulchiski when I started to do Oiler games in 2003. So it might have been a year later or whatever because they had the lockout in 05. But we were on the plane and it was during the NFL and Sparky's handing out the lists. Like it was just pick a winner and it was a pool that the players were in. And obviously I had liked to gamble a little bit back then and NFL. And I said, Sparky, can I get in this? How do I get in? And he put his hand on my shoulder walking by. And he goes, get another 0 on your check, kid.
Woo! Sobering reality.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, let's bust down this game a little bit more. Oh, but I got to mention one of the big stories last night. Marina Mabry, 53 points for the Toronto Tempo that tied a record for the WNBA. So 53 points, that's a remarkable achievement. Wanted to mention that. Also, the Jays came back to get into the game with Texas, lost to the Rangers 6-5. The team's in a free fall. It'll be a good night, hopefully, for baseball at Remax Stadium. It's Port Angeles, the Lefties, taking on the Edmonton Riverhawks tonight at 7 o'clock. So hopefully, the weather forecast looks like it stinks again here, but man, oh man.
It does. There's that big event down in Commonwealth too, the women's combine that they have.
Oh, yeah.
For ovarian cancer. I'll take part.
Yeah.
I did last year. I was driving the fire truck. Hopefully I get the same role. That was a lot of fun.
You drove the little truck?
No, the fire truck, the one that they drive when they score touchdowns.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, the little. That's
the
little.
It's little big truck.
You would have looked like a kid in one of those little dinky cars, like when in there.
It was a lot of fun. So they had me doing a loop.
Fred Flintstone.
You start down on the field, and then you would go. I'm not sure if you're familiar with where the bus is at the back, where the players go, and there's a little bit of a ramp, right? It's kind of a steep ramp behind Commonwealth. And I would go up the ramp, but that fire truck, KK, it's old now. So the brakes coming down, they would give way a little bit.
You don't think there was the added weight in there? There was
probably because I was touring around a bunch of people. If you're referencing me, no. It would have been all the people I was touring around.
The last guy that drove that was probably Larry Thompson.
The infamous,
remember when he was going
right into Calgary. The accidentally on purpose.
Yeah, it looked like he was a madman.
That was such a classic moment. I'm so glad Larry did that.
Yeah. So the defense was really good last night.
Really good. They played fast.
4 sacks, 3 turnovers.
Played fast.
We were talking about Nick Anderson, but Mogensen came through and had the fumble recovery.
Joel DeBlanco really elevated his play. You could tell he was a man on a mission yesterday.
And I don't know if maybe it's just been the fact that there's been some consistency, some cohesiveness from year to year. And again, now you got JC Sherritt, who I think he'd be first to admit he learned a lot last year, on the job for the first time. Now you get a lot of your players back. You get a lot of your coaching staff back. Everyone's on the same page.
No doubt about it. Like Killam says this a lot. Last year, they were all getting to know each other still. This year, it's just you hit the ground running, that cohesion.
Yeah. Well, and that's how the proper teams are built. You don't just plug and play and hope.
I thought the D-line too, you could feel them, right? We talk about that. And they had their sacks, which was nice. but you could feel their presence in the game. They got after Zach Collaros, made him uncomfortable quite often throughout the game, hit him, even though you weren't getting the sack, still make him feel you.
HVAC Nick says we may never lose again. He's kidding. It's great, but we won. Holy smokes! It could have been at least 24-0 at half.
Should have
with
been.
missed opportunities. Crazy. It's your last show. Kept sad. We can't bug you anymore about your shirts. Thanks, HVAC. This is a beautiful shirt that I'm wearing for the last show.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's Sammy the dog. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, that is Sammy, huh?
What did you think it was?
I didn't even look that closely. Thought it was like a ladybug or something.
No, I wore it for some green and gold event too. I think a little while back.
Sammy,
Nice.
suck it in, man. Tuck that thing. I see you.
What? No, I don't have to, Eddie.
No, you're tight. You're
Yeah.
tight. Hey,
But
have you
I'm
been
gonna
out
get
running yet? Have you been out?
Yeah,
Top golf?
I went on Wednesday. I didn't go yesterday because we played hockey, but
Nice.
I was tarp was off.
Were you getting catcalled or what?
The blue hairs in the neighborhood. I mean, it's just a.
Kevin.
Are you going to be doing the laid on the line some point today?
I don't know, Duke. Do you have any of the old ones just recorded? I might have to hit you with that. Oh, also, by the way, my 840. Listen in.
Yeah.
You'll know what the request is, and you'll be familiar. And then after the song, I want you to lay a little bit on the line. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Ontario Mom says, KK, you should text the show on a burner when you leave as Aggie Steele.
Well played.
Enjoy your last day. Thanks.
I was contemplating asking them to micro. I was going to take a bunch of fish chunks off of the tacos and ask them to mic it yesterday.
Oh, boy. How about this? Dr. Dick Richard, my buddy Tricky Dicky, chimes in. Wanted to say thanks for the show and all the good times. I know we've had our moments, but I've truly enjoyed listening to you for the last 3 years. I haven't had the best couple of years, and your show was always something to look forward to. I hope you have a wonderful retirement with your friends and family. Wish you all the best. See you on the links, Tricky Dicky. Thanks,
Yes.
Tricky Dicky. Yeah, we've had some good conversation. You know, he sent a whole bunch of stuff, some literature in. It was like about 8,000 pages of stuff, and I was like, I'm not going through all this. Sorry.
He hit you with some facts.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, we can argue a little bit about stuff. I'm not going through 8,000 pages.
You know who we got to hear from too is Bob. Got to hear from Bob.
Bob texted in yesterday.
You did, eh?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Remember when he came and slapped that thing on the glass? Walking
That was from
by.
1969. It was about Joe Namath. We were talking about it last night. It was something with the Jets, the guarantee, Duke.
Well, yeah, because the argument between you and Bob started in the sense that you, in talking about it, and who knows why it came up in the first place, about how the Jets were huge underdogs and then Namath gave the guarantee and they obviously go out and win the football game. And then Bob's like, they were not underdogs. And I have it as a matter of fact because I have the paper from that year where it lists them as favored in the game. And he didn't believe that we would take his word for it or a picture sent in of this said paper. So he brought it down in studio and when we were still in the front place facing ones out at the mall, and he just right up on the glass.
It was a sound like a slap. Like,
oh yeah,
it reminded me of that movie Independence Day when that monster was in the thing and that guy the scientist got taken in and he slapped the glass. That's what Bob looked like too. With
there it is.
Yeah. Oh man.
Bam.
Hey, it's draft day today, Eddie, in the NHL. I also got to mention Jason Robertson. How about that? So apparently, Seattle Kraken wanted to acquire him. 8-year, $15 million deal, and he said no, not interested.
What do you think is the reasoning?
He wants to play on a better team.
Yes, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
take less money. He'll probably end up taking less money on a better team, different market.
And he should.
Good for him.
But that's what I think he should. I'll be honest. Okay, Jason Robertson has had a great career. He's had a wonderful last 5 years.
Yeah, he's a goal scorer.
41 goals, 46, 29, 35, 45. He's got 213 goals in 456 games. That's an elite player.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you this question. So if he's asking an elite player, he's asking elite money, obviously. When you go to a game, do you go to a game to watch Jason Robertson? Are you paying money and going, I'm going to watch Jason Robertson tonight? Or do you go and say, I want to watch Connor, I want to watch Liam, I want to watch...
He's not in that caliber.
When Austin Matthews was scoring 60 goals.
He's not in that caliber, no.
When Cale Makar, Nathan McKinnon rushed down the ice. I don't think of Jason Robertson, as good as he is to be a guy that brings me out of my seat.
He doesn't, because he scores a whackload of goals, but the way he does it is not flashy. He's not a super flashy guy, but boy, look at those numbers, man. Like, those are serious numbers. He's young still.
Yeah.
I like the fact that a kid is going to turn down a couple of million extra in a market or a state where there's no state tax, right? Out there in Washington?
No, there's some sort of a new tax coming.
There's a new millionaire tax getting deployed in Washington State, which...
So that's new, though. It hadn't been there in the past. But nonetheless, but man, turn down some money to go to a good team and win.
I don't know. Like, he could sign at 12.5 and be the same as Rantanen in Dallas. What are we looking at here?
Yeah. I don't think he'll go. I don't think he wants to leave Dallas.
I don't know. I don't think either. But is he what do you're bitching about $1 million a year here or whatever it is? You go back. You know what happened with Ryan Smith here, and this is 100% true story. The Oilers had every intent and purpose to re-sign Ryan Smith long term. They gave him the moon. And then Ryan Smith's camp kept coming back. Trying to
take more.
And it got to the point where it was enough. And I was told this from someone very close to the organization. It's like when you go, if you're a longtime client with a car dealership and you've been buying a car from this dealership.
You're loyal.
Yep. And you're going to buy the last vehicle and you go, you know what though? I need you to put a new set of tires on and I need the winter tires too. Okay. You've been a loyal soldier for us as well. I need another little package that, increases this. And then it gets going 3 or 4 times about this. And then it gets down. But you know what I would really like is new floor mats. And at that point, the dealer goes,
enough.
Screw off.
Yeah.
Enough. Yep. And that's exactly how that went. And I hope it doesn't get to this point with a guy has $100 million staring him in the face.
And I don't think it will. I don't think it will. Because look, there's this offer from another team that goes to show you can go somewhere else. So, and there's going to be high interest. So we'll see how it plays out.
Well, an old buddy, Robbie Benson, texted in, "Hey, Dickie," a nickname we used to go to Lydia's in Saskatoon 3 decades ago, and solid entertainment since 30 years ago. Yeah, this was a place in Saskatoon. Holy moly. That was a wild scene.
Do you remember it? Kinda.
It was a night I'll never forget. Were you there? I remember one night in there. You've heard the band Captain Tractor?
Yeah.
Obviously, Chris Winters, like a phenomenal Edmonton band. Anyway, he came to Lydia's in Saskatoon. This is in 30 years ago or whatever, maybe more. And there were so many people that were dancing that the floor was heaving in this old bar, and the microphone kept waving on him, and it finally hit him in the face, it hit him in the mouth, and it knocked his teeth out.
Really?
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah. And he kept singing.
Yeah, I was going to
chiclets everywhere. He's like,
ask.
He's like, oh, is that something?
Finished it though.
Yeah, exactly. NHL draft again. It's looking like it's going to be Gavin McKenna. We used to look forward to the draft here in Edmonton because the Oilers had the first pick, and it was so bad for so many years. And people, man, I went to 2 drafts, Eddie. I went to the 2010 draft in LA and then the 2015 draft in
you were there?
In Sunrise, yeah.
Now it's irrelevant.
Now you just go, oh, the draft's on?
Yeah, you don't even care.
It's way different from an Edmonton standpoint, for sure.
It's an afterthought.
Yeah.
Mike Babcock. That's what's precedent here.
Well, sure it is. And I mean, now, to me, that's done. Let's look to the future here with Babcock.
No doubt.
And see what can happen. The future, though, is what Stan Bowman's going to do. He's got to get a goalie. He's got to figure out what to do with Darnell Nurse. He has to figure out if he can afford Kasperi Kapanen, depending on what he gets offered.
And, by moving Jake out or Nurse out, you're looking at Jake as your guy now.
Like, Jake Wallman is
the guy.
Wallman is the second pairing left defenseman and soon to be, in the Oilers' eyes, first pairing left defense.
Jake Wallman needs to be able to play 65 games
more
out of a season
I
to
think
be
more than that.
I mean, that's being generous. 65,
Yeah.
Come on, this guy is way under that at this point since being acquired. So he needs to get right. Best ability.
Yeah. Text 833-401-1440. Lots of texts coming in. I'm going to try to reply to everyone sending congratulations to each and every one of you. It's just overwhelming. I can say that. I have to really give thanks to all the communications departments too. Like I think back to Dave Jameson, who was the very best at his job. And when I got here in 98, I mean, it was such a treat to work with him. He was the gold standard and then like Bill Tuelli as well with, and then he handed things off to JJ Hebert and then, Pat Garland and all the guys there. And now with Jamie Cartmell and Andrew Peard and, I'm missing guys in between there somewhere, but you media people need these guys as their conduit.
Yes, you do.
Their go-between.
Yeah, you absolutely. It's necessary.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, a little more text action. Again, Playlist Friday. Get them in at 833-401-1440. And the Duke will get them on. It's Kevin Karius Show with Eddie Steele, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 AM Radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Diamond Rides is one of Alberta's premier specialty charter companies. With our luxury motor coaches, we provide our customers with the safest and most reliable ground transportation services. Our seatbelt equipped, top-of-the-line motor coaches have become the preferred carrier for many local sports teams, tours, corporate outings, and other various travel needs across Western Canada. For more information and to request a quote, contact sales at 877-748-0991 or visit silentrides.ca.
Expand your brand with Fusion Promo Marketing. Fusion is your trusted partner for all things branded merch and apparel. Thousands of products perfect for businesses, sports teams, and corporate events. Fusion with a Z. Promomarketing.ca.
Hey, sports fans, we've got a clear choice for you. At Crystal Glass, we provide customers with the perfect glass for any job. From home to auto and even commercial, installation or repairs, we're your team. Call 310 Glass or visit crystalglass.ca. Crystal Glass.
Canada's men's rugby team at Clark Stadium. July 4th, Canada takes on Spain. July 11th, a doubleheader as Canada battles Portugal and Tonga faces Spain. Build the home field advantage for Team Canada. Tickets at Ticketmaster.
Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Join play-by-play announcer Ben Shulman for the games live on Sports 1440. The Toronto Blue Jays are on Edmonton's home for all things sports. Sports 1440.
Photographers, start your cameras. Vision Credit Union's annual photo contest is back. We're asking you to show us the people, places, and moments that made you glad you chose this rural life. Maybe it's the view from your farm, a walk down Main Street, neighbors pitching in, a weekend at the rodeo, or a sunset down a back road. Share your photo to show why life in rural Alberta is a choice worth celebrating. Enter and vote at whatsyourshare.ca.
Fuel prices got you down? Subaru's here to pick you up. Subaru's electric and hybrid vehicles will save the day, helping you go further for less. Prefer a gas vehicle? Subaru, Crosstrek, and Impreza are built to keep costs low without sacrificing capability. Crosstrek was named 2025 Auto Trader Best Subcompact SUV, and Impreza has earned top safety pick recognition for 17 years running. Welcome to Uncommon. Welcome to Subaru. Visit Subaru.ca.
Here's what you need to know about Lux Windows. We work hard. We come in early, we stay late, we go above and beyond, and then we go a little further. Not for awards or a pat on the back. We work hard so that choosing our windows and doors is an easy decision for you. It's the Alberta way. It's the Lux way. Everything we are is windows and doors. A company born and bred and made in Alberta.
You've got better things to do than wait for an oil change. Jiffy Lube gets you in and out fast. No appointment necessary. All you have to do is roll into a location near you, and we'll take care of the rest. Every full synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube is warranty approved and comes with a 20-point visual inspection, making sure you get back on the road safely. Find your neighborhood Jiffy Lube today. Visit jiffylubeservice.ca.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 7:45 in Edmonton. Text 833-401-1440. Just got one from Brad McGregor. Used to be his dad, Bruce, was on the show. Was a great guest. Brad was a great hockey player, obviously, too, but his dad, Bruce, was amazing. Oh, God, here comes the Rad Man. We got enough donuts in there, Rad Man.
How you doing, man?
Anyway, Penguin texted in, San Jose, would San Jose trade their top 210 picks for number one? Our sentiment is that San Jose, or is the sentiment is that San Jose is happy with whoever at 2? Just asking. Yeah, I don't think they would trade 2 and 9 for 1. I think they're just happy with whoever comes in at number 2, and then whoever comes in at 9, they're happy to. I think they're really hoping that like Dax and Rudolph falls to 9. I think they really are hoping that.
Think he will?
I don't. But maybe they move up and maybe they do whatever. It's a good point. So we got a couple special guests came into the studio. I don't know why, and they brought in some donuts, and then I saw this donkey yesterday, the Rad Man, at the function that we had at
Taco shop.
The taco shop.
It was great.
So, yeah. Anyway, and Matt Barrett's here too. Good job. Thanks for coming in. The Rad Man, Kevin Radomski. And I
just came for the loaf of bread.
Get your hands off my bread.
That's that caraway rye.
So, anyway, you guys caught me off guard here. So anyway, and
good. We got you.
Yeah, we just want to come by and say thank you. Like I think that people forget how much you are a fixture of the Edmonton sporting community, the news community, and we are lucky like crazy to have you really flying the flag of Edmonton everywhere you go. No one dresses like you. That's probably a good thing. But we just want to really say thank you for 36 amazing years in the city and really being that proponent of sport and just the love. And you do it because you love it. We're going to miss you.
Yeah.
But we really wanted to stop by and say thank you.
Well, I told you last night, 2 guys across and then Greener, Bobby Green, they reached out to me personally. And I said to Bobby Green, I said, maybe I'll come scout for you. And he goes, we always could use a good set of eyes. I said, well, I don't work anymore, but whatever. But you know what? I remember one of the funniest memories that I have that is attached to the Oil Kings. I was getting dropped off by my wife about 15 years ago at Bill Hunter Arena.
Okay.
And Bob McGill is out having a dart outside.
As he did.
On the rail, just outside Bill Hunter. And it was spring because it was a game between the Southside Athletic Club and it was Sherwood Park. And it was Sam Steele versus Tyler Benson.
Wow.
So this was must-see bantam hockey at the time. Anyway, Laura pulls up to this area, and it was so spring and the melt was on. And she pulls up right into the biggest puddle out front of Bill Hunter.
As one does.
Yeah. And Bob McGill, he couldn't stop laughing. He sees me trying to get out and saying, come on, move up. Move the car up around. McGill is just howling. And when I got in, he goes, that's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And Bob passed away several years ago now.
But big personality. Like even toward the end when he was struggling a little bit, he was still like you get the jabs from him, and they would cut deep, and they'd be good. And he'd be like, "You got me again, you bugger, you got me again," right?
And I want to piggyback on what the Radman said in terms of the way you champion not just Edmonton, but the local sports scene, the local amateur sports scene. Going back to your years at Global, you and I talk about myself and Global Winnipeg growing up, and Joe Pascucci. Man, it's important to these youngsters, and you gave a platform to them, and we know it's dying, and it's not the same anymore. And you were one of the front runners in terms of giving the amateurs in Edmonton a platform in an area to be seen.
Well, thanks for that, guys. I remember a lot of athletes that I started covering in the late 90s at the U of A, now that have had kids that are playing at U of A in different sports.
It happens quick.
They would say, well, we watched Global because you came out and covered us.
Yeah.
And now they were lifelong Global viewers. And then their kids are now that are into their 20s.
Well, and it's because like that is the truth of it, right? Is that when you live in the town and you cover the town, just the way that your passion takes you, it's not a job, right? It's something you do because you love doing it. And you exuded that for 36 years. And we didn't want to miss the opportunity to see what you were wearing today. Like, first and foremost, like, that's check marks for me, right?
Isn't that beautiful?
Loud and proud.
Yeah. For all the people on radio, how would you describe that? What would you?
What's my dog?
Yeah, that's Danny.
Our dog.
I didn't even know. I thought it was ladybugs in this.
Yeah. If you get pulled over with that thing on, they're automatically grab the breathalyzer. I guess the way it works, right?
I think Halsey would wear some wild shirts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Halsey would.
So is that the yardstick then?
No, I don't know. But thanks for coming in.
We got you a Karius 36 Oil Kings jersey. So all the people that are maybe on Facebook Marketplace or eBay, I'm sure it'll be up there at 12 noon. But we got you a Karius jersey. Love to take a picture with you.
Absolutely.
Grab that sucker, Kevin.
Yeah,
I want to
go.
see you hold that bad boy. I'll carry us here.
Talking,
yeah, I got us here. Ooh. And hopefully you can put that on because it'll cover up that loud green that you're rocking, Karius.
What are you talking
Man, that's phenomenal. Well done, Rad man. Well done, Oil Kings. That's awesome. They're just grabbing a photo right here.
It reminds me of our good buddy Grant Jongijan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So he got number 49. Wayne Mandruzzi gave him 49.
He gave him a 49
because nobody made the team wearing 49.
Yep.
But then a bunch of guys for Chopper Lopatinsky's tournament, and hi to Chopper. Thanks for driving me home last night. The guys made up a 49 Jongijan, and they had it at Chopper's golf tournament as an auction item. Now, Zach Stortini came to the tournament. This is years ago.
Yeah.
So Zach had donated a signed Zach Stortini jersey, and Jongijan's jersey was going for more than Zach.
The old humility right there, right?
Seriously. Oh, man. Thanks, big guy. That's great. And I'm going to, like I told you last night, I'm going to be able to come to
look forward to it.
Weekday games now,
Hey, we got Wiener Wednesdays. You bring $10, you'll go home full. I promise you.
Boy.
We look forward to it.
We'll meet you there.
We're going to the Riverhawks game on Tuesday.
You gonna do the Niner or no?
Well, the real 9.
Yeah?
The real 9, 9, and 9. I don't think it'll work.
You're going to give it your best shot, though, huh?
Yeah, but they do have the little 9, 9, 9.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But you're doing the full tilt.
We'll see.
I bet you got it in you.
Yeah. I put money. I think you can do it.
Look at how big her guts have been stretched.
Man, I saw you at the Chinese food buffet the other day. I saw you now.
Yeah,
they're still smarting, eh?
Yeah, they didn't make any money that day.
No.
Hey, Radman, thanks for coming
Thanks so
in.
much.
Matt, thanks for coming in. Always appreciate
all the best to you,
and thanks for doing all the interviews, Matt, all the time. And you'll be doing some great work moving forward. Obviously, a great job, too, doing play-by-play. You're a hell of a play-by-play guy. And look forward to next year. And even with the new regime, too. This is going to be great.
Michael Chan, Reign of Terror begins. Yeah.
Well, we had Michael on. We were talking about when he was at the U of A, with all those guys back then. And, just a guy that just walked in off campus and look where he is now.
Yeah, totally.
That just shows you if you put in the work and the hard work. I couldn't imagine the thousands and millions of hours that of tape he's watched.
5%.
Quick synopsis on Michael Chan. You say the Reign of Terror, is he pretty sharp? Keeps people in line or what? Runs a tight ship?
I tell you that, and I hate to be pumping his ego, but like intelligence is off the chart. Like he can watch. He just has a really good feel for the game. And I think what you want more than anything is when you're a general manager of a junior hockey team, you got to be able to see where these players are going to be in 2 or 3 years when you're drafting them. And Michael's got an astute ability for that.
That forecast.
Absolutely. Yeah. Really, really, really sharp. So to Kevin's point, like the amount of video and the amount of popcorn he's eaten in different rinks between, everywhere in Canada and the US, like he's seen it second to none. And we're so lucky, Kurt Hill going on to be the AGM of the Edmonton Oilers. Like they're lucky to have him. And he's still part of the family. And then we have Michael Chan coming in. Like it's an embarrassment of riches, and we couldn't be more fortunate.
Thanks, Brad, man. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks so much.
And we'll see you down at the rink.
That was good.
That's just unreal. Thanks for the jersey. That's just super. Hey, now we can have a guest and talk about some stuff here. Hey, Mark Spector.
Enough about you.
Wow. Yeah.
No. It's all about you, baby.
Mark Spector coming in top of the hour. Before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by All-Star Construction. They shape and build Edmonton communities, specializing in underground utilities like power, gas, telecommunication, and street lighting. That's All-Star Construction. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Last night in Winnipeg, the Edmonton Elks moved to 3-0 to start a season for the first time since 2017 with a 23-18 win over the Blue Bombers. Cody Fajardo, 267 yards and a score through the air. It was the Elks defense generating turnovers all night, leading the Green and Gold to victory. From the World Cup yesterday, second to last day of group play coming up. Ivory Coast blanking Curacao 2-0. Ecuador passed Germany 2-1. Japan and Sweden drew 1-1. The Netherlands topped Tunisia 3-1. Turkey scoring in stoppage time to defeat the United States 3-2. And Australia punched their ticket through to the round of 32 with a 0-0 draw against Paraguay. In the majors, the Blue Jays dropped their opener to the Texas Rangers, had a comeback effort, but fell short as Kaz Okamoto remained red hot with a home run in the loss. Elsewhere, lighter day on the schedule. Pittsburgh beat Seattle 5-1. The Rays ran it up on Kansas City 13-2. Cubbies take their finale over the Mets 4-3, and the Red Sox doubled up on the Yankees 6-3. Finally, in the WNBA last night, Toronto Temple with a 125-97 win over the Sparks, and a historic night for Marina Mabry as her 53 points tie the single game record for a WNBA scoring evening. Coming up in hour 2 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by Sportsnet's Mark Spector and Edmonton Elks head coach Mark Killam. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free Radio Player app and listen wherever you go.
Need a new ride for road trips, errands, or just life on the go? Go Auto offers a massive selection with over 15,000 new and used vehicles to choose from. With over 70 locations across Western Canada, finding your next ride has never been easier. Whether it's a roomy SUV for the family, a sleek car for the open road, or a rugged truck for your weekend adventures, you'll find it here at a price you'll love. Explore thousands of vehicles today at goauto.ca.
Okay, new strategy. I'll just live in the freezer till October. It's spacious in here. It's spacious.
There's a better way to survive the coming AC season. Pro Solutions is your one-call solves-it-all expert for AC repairs, tune-ups, and new installations. We offer convenient financing options and fast appointments so you can enjoy your entire home, not just the freezer.
Now I can leave the frozen peas where they belong.
Book now at prosolutionsinc.ca.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
There's still time to book your tournament at the Ranch Golf and Country Club.
As one of Alberta's top tourney courses, the Ranch makes hosting fun and easy for any group or business. No matter how unique or unusual, they'll accommodate your vision for an event no one will soon forget.
Start planning your tournament today at their beautifully landscaped course on the outskirts of West Edmonton. On-site event coordinators are here to help, but hurry, availability is limited and booking fast.
Visit theranchgolf.com.
He's a legend in the booth and a master on the mic. Low Tide brings the banter weekdays from noon to 2. Sports 1440 is where Edmonton talks sports. Get in the game. Text 833-401-1440.
Barbecue season. Nothing like a great steak. Which reminds me, Metal Supermarkets has even created custom grill tops for rusted old barbecues. That's one of the many special requests they've received over the years. You'll be amazed what their skilled crew can do. Barbecue grills to grills for classic cars. Sky's the limit. Speaking of sky, that's a lot of smoke up there. And fire in the hole. My steak. So long, sirloin. Metal Supermarkets, the local convenience stores for Southside, West End, metalsupermarkets.com.
Looking for mental health or addiction support, but not sure where to start? Contact 211. 211 Alberta can help you navigate treatment and recovery options, counseling, crisis services, and more. And because life's challenges are often connected, they can also help you find food, housing, and employment support. It's free, confidential, available 24/7, and offered in more than 240 languages by phone. 211 Alberta. One number, countless connections.
A message from the Government of Alberta.
Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 8:01 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, the Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick, along with the great Eddie Steele with you on a Friday. It is Feel Good Friday. It's Playlist Friday. Might have a slot or two open still. Get them in to 833-401-1440 if you want a walk-up song, an intro song, and the Duke will get it on. Time now for On the Mark, brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. The June Road Trip Ready event is on right now. It's the biggest sale of the year. You can enter for a chance to win free gas for the summer, weekly prizes like detailed packages and free tires, and $19.95 multi-point vehicle inspection to get your road trip ready. Only at northgategm.com as we welcome in Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet. Good morning, Spec.
This is it, Kev. I'm trying not to tear up.
The last time the three of us will be together.
I know I'm not sure I can make it through.
You lie to your friends, I'll lie to mine, but let's not BS each other.
See the sunset behind me? I was looking for a pasture, but I couldn't find one. So
the sun setting in the east behind him.
Sun setting in the east. Oh man, Spec, what a
exactly
beauty.
where it is.
Yeah, what a beauty. Yeah, no, you're looking good. That's obviously a fake picture. It's not the lake.
No, that's I came all the way to the East Coast to get this shot. It's nighttime here.
You never know. That's 2.5 years when Spec said that on the air. We had about 40 texts right away. What is he talking about? The sun's
That's good
funny
stuff.
Yeah, that was funny. Hey, where were you last night? Or you didn't get the invite?
I didn't get the invite. What happened last night?
Ooh, you're nasty.
Yeah,
King.
everybody was there. No, we had a little get together at the taco shop. No, it was a thing just for our sponsors, advertisers, and things like that. Eddie showed up because he heard there were free tacos.
Oh, free 99. I'm there.
Yeah, there you go. Sports Writer's favorite price.
Oh,
no, I couldn't even see the much of the football game last night. I was at my grandkid's house, so I did. In fact, I did listen the last 5 minutes. I was in the car coming home, listening to Morley and Dave bring that one home. So that was nice.
Yeah, I mean 3-0.
They don't win in Winnipeg very often.
Yeah, 3-0.
Bring it home. They did.
Yeah.
That's something. What do you think about that, Eddie? They haven't won there since 2019.
Well, Kevin's got the numbers. Yeah. What is it, Kevin?
Well, they hadn't won in Winnipeg since 2018, and they have not gone 3-0 since 2017.
It's a long time. That's when I was still in the league. It's a long time ago now. This was for, I think I'll speak for Kevin and myself. This was a statement, impressive win, prove it win that they can play with the big dogs. And not only can they play, but they are actually one of the big dogs in the CFL right now.
No, when you beat Montreal and Winnipeg, those are traditionally two of the better teams.
Yeah.
Montreal, I mean, their quarterback had that long winning streak. You beat him, and then you go into Winnipeg where, let's face it, not many teams win in Winnipeg over the years, no matter who you are. Now we can talk about the Bombers. Maybe they're not the team they used to be. I don't even care about that stuff. If you go in there and win a game for the first time in 6 years, something's changing, right? Something's different. And that's exactly what we've wanted around here for a long time, is some change. And we're seeing it. It's right there on the scoreboard.
We're going to have Mark Killam on right after you, Spec, so it'll be great to get his take. But I can tell you that that's as excited as a coach at the end of the game. Like his excitement level, his enthusiasm, and how he was so fired up to win a ball game. I haven't seen that around here for a long time.
Headset down
a long
with authority.
Time. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Coach Machachi was running on the field, thought it was third down.
On second down, yeah. You know what? Like these guys, it's their life, man. And they pour their heart and soul into this thing, and losing every week. That's why losing brings down, wears on a team, because if you don't believe you can win, you shouldn't be out there. So, the coach pours over the game plan, the whole coaching staff, and they give it to the team, and the team buys in, and everyone believe. And if you make yourself believe, because you can't win if you don't. Yeah. And when you go out day after day and all of that ends in a loss, and you're trying to hang on to your belief, and the coaches are trying to keep working on that plan, and like to have that turnaround and have that belief turn into victories and all that hard work turn into wins in Winnipeg. Like I bet he feels good, man. It's been a long time for him.
And with just the way the game had played out, kind of similar to last week's game where Edmonton scored right before half and then came into the second half with some momentum. Well, Winnipeg, it was role reverse. Winnipeg scored right before half, and they had some momentum in the second half. This was a mature win, and we talked about it earlier. That final drive that you listened to on the radio, Spec, that was a solid championship. And I'm not saying this team's going to win a championship, but that's a championship pedigree type of a drive to kill the clock the way they did, to get first downs the way they did, and to score with a touchdown the way they did. That's the stuff that champions are made of.
Yeah. And then I'd say to you that how much pressure did the defense put on the quarterback throughout the ball game, Eddie?
I love that, Spec. Thank you for going there, Spec. Thank you for going there. You're right. What was it? Four sacks total?
4 sacks, 2 turnovers.
But you could
and
feel
in the last drive when it was crucial not to let Karius sit back there and pick you apart. They showed up with pressure, right? Where they showed up and he was running and he was getting rid of balls. And instead of throwing 35-yard passes on that drive, he was throwing 6-yard passes and eating up the clock. So everybody showed up, man. Everybody showed up, and that's how you need everybody to show up if you're going to win in Winnipeg.
I think you got to go back to Eddie Steele days when they had 4 sacks in a game. Eddie didn't have any of that.
They call this the selfish 7 up front.
I love that story. Tell Spec that story.
Well, we were, guys are selfish, and we were very much a team, a cohesive D-line unit, but when one guy would get a sack, the others would be pouting on the side because they didn't get it. We were so selfish. We loved each other, but man, we were greedy for those numbers.
The selfish 7. It's like when they used to call the board of directors of the Eskimos the nervous 9.
Nervous 9, yeah. We didn't really have to do much, right? Because it was Norm Kimball doing everything. For sure. Mark Spector with us on the Kevin Karius Show with Eddie Steele. So, hey, I wanted to get your thoughts on Jason Robertson. If that news is all correct, that there was an opportunity for a trade and sign with Seattle, 8 years, $15 million, and he says, no, not interested. What did you make of it? And what do you think the number is going to be at? I mean, if he wants to stay in Dallas, that number is going to be somewhere around what Rantanen makes, I think, anyway.
Well, Rantanen makes 12, right?
Yes.
I believe he makes 12. And I assume that obviously they're trying to move him. So if they've hit the point where they've consummated deals, Now, Jim Nill must have given up on Robertson playing there.
Yeah.
I'd say to you, it's kind of weird that you'd get to the point where you trade him to a place that he clearly didn't want to go. Like, if you're not taking $15 million, then you just don't want to go there, which is like no one makes 15. That'd be the highest salary in the league, the highest AAV in the league. Would it not, Kevin? I believe it would.
Kirill, yeah.
Kaprizov, that's right. He's got his deal. Excuse me.
17.
But anyway, whatever. Oh my God. I don't know what you're doing. Like, Robertson's obviously a really good player. I guess, are you building a whole?
Let me ask you this, Spec.
around
Sorry to
that guy?
interrupt. Let me ask you this then. So, and I asked Eddie the same thing. If I'm going to a game and I'm shelling out $400 for a ticket in Dallas or wherever, out of the top, I could name 10 guys ahead of that I want to, no more than 10, that I'm shelling out big bucks to go and watch and pull me out of my seat. He's not one of them. He's a great player, but he's not one of those guys.
Well, that's a good point. You know, and have they won there in he's a producer. I'm looking at his
Yes.
you know, he's a
Big time.
40 goal man. Right? He's a 40
quiet,
goal
though.
guy. He scores in the playoffs, you know, in the last 4 years in the playoffs, 7 goals in 19, 6 in 19, 4 and 11, 5 and 6. So he produces, he's a producer. You can't say he's not. But if I'm paying him 15 or 14, he's my best player and I'm building my team around him. Well, he's a winger. So I better have a center for him. You got to have the right center for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't think he's a $15 million player. I mean, I kind of get what Seattle's doing here. They're desperate in Seattle, boys.
Yeah.
You know, the owner's trying to get an NBA team. They're struggling to keep their head above water there with the fans. They haven't won. They're not very good. You know, we watch them in Edmonton. The Oilers beat them for fun. They're trying to do something to get the attention of their market in Seattle. So I understand what they're doing, but I don't. Robertson's a good player. Am I building my whole team around him, Kev?
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not that guy. And I mean, I think he's a $12.5 million player. If you give him 500 more than what Rantanen's making, I'm okay with that, to be honest with you.
Well, cap's going up since Rantanen signed, right?
Yeah, in Dallas. So yes, the cap is going to be increasing. And I just don't see him as a $15 million player. And Kaprizov is not a $17 million player either for me, though.
Listen, I think we got to get our head around too that the hockey's always been a little bit timid salary wise. Guys fit into the system. The McDavids don't take a raise, things like that, and you kind of love that. I mean, it's we're talking about the selfish seven. You know, guys consider their teammates when they take salaries historically in hockey.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to get away from that. I think we're getting to the point where guys are saying, look, pay me or move me to someone who will pay me, and you guys figure out how you're going to put a team around me.
Yeah.
So,
just a thought on the draft tonight. We were talking about it. Remember years ago, Spec, it was the biggest thing around Edmonton for so many years because of the picks and everything. And now it's almost an afterthought.
It is an afterthought.
Well, Edmonton doesn't even have a pick in the first night most years now. So, yes, I mean, I'll keep an eye on it just in case something happens. But, like, for instance, Sportsnet we got writers in Vancouver and Calgary and Edmonton and Ottawa and Montreal and Toronto. Everyone has got a template. Everyone's writing tonight. Every guy except for Spec. My boss said,
nice.
Spec, write if something happens to your team. So.
I love your bosses out there. When when the Leafs were going hard for 2 or 3 days, Spec, take the week off.
Hey, they know the real.
What am I supposed to write? If my team doesn't do anything and everybody else's does, who wants to read Spec, right?
Yeah.
So
Nobody
Spec
reads
foregone.
Spec. You know what they say.
You think it's going to be McKenna, Spec? Foregone conclusion?
I don't know. I guess that's I'm falling back. It's not a very bold pick, Eddie, to just pick the number one guy. But yeah, I guess it's going to be McKenna. That's my guess. How about you guys? Do we have any intel that tells us something otherwise?
No, I think it's going to be McKenna. Now, I'm interested in the fit. How does he fit there with the Leafs?
Who knows, man? Any guy that'll bust some cat's jaw because he's lipping off his mom is okay with me.
Hey, amen to that. I'm down with that cause.
I'll have that kid on my team any day.
Wow. But hey, Spec, I can't thank you enough for being since day one, being on every day. And I mean, that's bringing it. And we had that. It was funny. We had a texter yesterday. So this is Saul number 696, so almost 700 shows. I'd say you were here for 660 of them because I don't recall you had the trip with Shelka there for your 60th.
I missed a couple, sure.
Whatever, but every day you're bringing it. You got the hardest job going, man, because you tell it like it is. Some people like it, some people don't. You take some heat, but you keep bringing it each and every day. You're a true pro, and I got to thank you for coming on every day and sharing 15 minutes with us every day.
Oh man, it's been awesome. It's been tons of fun. It's not about me here, man. What'd you do? You ended up 36 years, and I love. My favorite story was when you told your dad you wanted to get the TV. He said, "Fixing them."
Yeah, he said, "Yeah, repairman." Yeah, television repairman. He was dead serious. Like it was an old 1971 GMC truck. He had his arm out the window, and he was a big guy.
He had a dart hanging out his mouth.
Big players playing, and took a big puff, and the smoke was everywhere in the cab, and it was. Just the way he said it, what, repairman? And I was like, no, to be like
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Like we all grew up in our little corner of the world, and we all had our heroes that we watched and listened to on radio and TV, and we all love sports, right? We all love sports. Eddie ended up playing them, and you played them to a higher level than I did, and I never played very much at all, but we all found our way, and you came out of it. I'll tell you what, man, coming out of that little crescent in Melville, 36 years in the business and going out on your own, like people out there, the way our business works, boy.
Yeah.
Many go out on their own, and my fate's not sealed yet either.
Got a note from our buddy Butch Bell. Hey, Butch Bell sending wishes, and he was on that crescent. I mean, the guys, Troy Walkington ended up coaching U of S. Drew Familak coached 25 years in Ferris State, played at Lake State. Todd McClellan, obviously, coached in the NHL. He's going to be 1,000 wins, whatever it is. Maybe it's more already. But the people on that crescent, that's how and we were all kids. We all hung around together. One guy, Darren Inaka, across the alley, he's a successful businessman in Regina. There's no bad apple came out of that crescent. It was unreal. Jeff Welke working for the government. It's unreal.
Right. I mean, so you end up at Global, and it's like, well, let's see where this takes us, right? And 30 years later, how long you work at Global for? ITV?
98 to 25 years.
25 years, right? Bringing the sports
back. 98 to 2023, and then 3 years here. So 33 years TV, and then 3 years radio.
Yeah, it's something. It's a good career, man.
I love the grind, Spec, from starting in Yorkton, making $273 gross a week. $273 a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's CFL money.
Well played.
That's a good
well
one.
Played.
Hey, we're gonna miss you, big guy. We're gonna miss you. It's fun waking up and having a laugh. Sometimes my alarm clock goes off 15 minutes before the show. By the end of the show, I'm already laughing. It's a good start to my day. So the next guy better be as funny as you. That's all I can say.
Here's open.
We'll announce it at 9:00. So thanks, Beck, and we'll see you down at the lake this summer. I got that bottle of scotch from the Ulstermen that we got to knock down. So
you got a partner. All right, brother.
Hey, go help him split some wood now, pal.
There you go. All right, Eddie. See you, boys.
Thanks,
Been a slice.
Take care, man. That's Mark Spector on the Mark, brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. This truck's for you. Check them out at northgategm.com. When we come back, Coach Mark Killam from the Double E. Big win last night, 23-18 over the Winnipeg Blue Bombers to go to 3-0. That's coming up right after the break. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Car shopping sucks. That's right. Going back and forth 100 times just to get a price. Give me your credit card for a test drive. What's all these extra fees? That sounds ridiculous. At Northgate, we do things a little differently. Good deals on new, pre-owned vehicles, good people, and a great selection. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Want home ice advantage for your window coverings? Novo Blinds provides factory direct pricing and the fastest turnaround in the city for homeowners, builders, and commercial projects. Book a free in-home consultation at novoblinds.ca.
Say hello to your new favorite drinks. Introducing new McCafe Refreshers. Icy cool, undeniably refreshing, and available in 3 flavors: strawberry watermelon, mango pineapple, and blackberry passion fruit. Only at McDonald's.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9. Check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
School's almost out, and road trip season is just around the corner. If your brakes sound like they're grinding harder than a hockey fourth liner, it might be time to visit Napa Auto Parts. Napa has all the quality parts, tools, and know-how to help keep your vehicle running smoothly and road ready. With over 85 locations in Alberta, visit your local Napa store today or shop online at napacanada.com. That's Napa know-how.
Wendy's 99-cent Frosty is back, and Frosty farmers couldn't be happier. Made with Canadian dairy, they grow up cool, creamy, and mighty thick. It's farm to Frosty. Get a small 99-cent Frosty until August 2nd at participating Wendy's. Texas Extra.
Sports 1440. All sports, all day.
On YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Thanks for listening to Edmonton's sports leader.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 8:21 in Edmonton, and time now for the headliner of the day, brought to you by Mr. Rooter Plumbing, because your pipes take a beating on game day 2, ready for overtime, even when your plumbing is not. Check them out at mrrooter.ca as we welcome back the head coach of the Double E, Mark Killam, to the show. Good morning, Coach. You're with Kevin Karius and Eddie Steele, as always. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440, and congrats on a massive win last night.
Appreciate it, guys. Good morning.
You know, Mark, when I knew it was time to pack it in, and this is when I knew it was time. 27 years ago, when I interviewed you at the University of Alberta, I controlled the interview. Now, when I interview you, you control the interview. So that's when I knew it was time for me to pack it in, Coach.
I don't know about that, but is this really your last show?
This is the last show.
This is it, killer.
This is the last one, Mark.
Congratulations on a hell of a career, for real, man. You impacted the sports community, and you should definitely be proud of that, brother.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And thanks for coming on so many times last year and this year, and being so accommodating. You know, every time I get down to practice, it's, as you know, your practices are just kind of wrapping up, and it's, I got to kind of bust my ass to get down there because the show's just wrapping up. And one of the main reasons I want to do a one-on-one with you, and it's always been, let's do it right now. So can't thank you enough for that. So
no problem.
Hey, man, Matt, you guys, that was just full credit last night to go 3-0. How proud are you of this team right now after 3 wins to start the season?
I'm really proud. Short weeks are tough. 5-day turnarounds are tough. And, I just was really proud of the work the guys put in. In addition to the stuff that we do, they're doing extra stuff. They're doing the things that winning teams do, even on a short. And, to go out there, honestly, for large part of that game, we looked like the more rested team because we were more physical than they were. And it was just really, really proud of the guys. And then no panic late in the game. You know what I mean? Just finding a way to win. Hey, this is what we need. And going to get it done. That's it was big time at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm. Coach, first and foremost, I got to say, woo! How about them Elks, baby? That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Proud of you, Coach. You talked about that last drive, no panic shown. Wow, that was a mature drive on offense, chewing the clock up, getting first downs. What were your thoughts while you were watching Cody Fajardo lead that offense down and score that touchdown?
I mean, this is what he does. I mean, he's the best quarterback inside 3 minutes in the CFL. I mean, it's hard to put it into words. He just elevates everybody. He was calm, and let's be real. It was loud in there. It was loud, and he just kept everybody calm. We took over 2 minutes off the clock. I mean, it was pretty clutch, man. I mean, if that's the word you want to use, that's what it was. And, he knew what we needed. And the fact that we scored a touchdown to force them to have a touchdown to beat us was critical.
Let's talk about that last drive, Coach. And I mean, we were sitting watching and kind of going, okay, how he's operating the clock. And there was the drop that stopped the clock, obviously. But I was saying to Eddie at the start of the show, like the aggressiveness to go for the touchdown instead of just, we'll putz around here and kick 3 and go up, by 20-18 score and let them have the ball back and see what they can do. But just talk about the aggressiveness of that last drive.
Yeah, just playing to win. I mean, it's kind of like, even going back a week ago, when we got that fortunate bounce in the Montreal game on the sideline on the last touch, it was like, hey, we're just going to play to win. Like, we're not playing to kick a field goal, and you kind of had that same feeling. It was, I felt like because we were in control, Cody was in control. It wasn't frantic. It was like everyone kind of had this understanding that that's what was going to happen, and it did. And then the defense goes out and shuts them down, and that was ball game. But I mean, it was just really proud of the guys, man. That's hard to do in that place, and especially coming off a short week.
And not only are you guys coming off a short week, they were coming off a bye, so they had the advantage of being at home and being fresher. You guys came out and you played fast. You talked about the defense playing physical. I thought that they really popped on film and they played really fast. Joel DeBlanco was a man on a mission yesterday, Coach.
Yeah, we were hitting people. I challenged the D-line on the first meeting of the week last week, and they really set the tone, man. They really set the tone up front. Everyone knows Winnipeg's MO. They're built to grind people down, and that's their football team, and that's some of their best players. And I thought for the most part we did a pretty good job. A couple missed assignments, but it was that first half for the defense was some of the best ball they've played since we've been here as a staff. They had the one drive late to kind of give them some life, but they were really, they took it away, 3 times in the first half. So,
Yeah, I can't believe Eddie didn't bring up the 4 sacks as a D lineman here, Coach.
I was letting you get to that, Karius. Giving you the glory on your last day.
Whatever. Yeah. How did you think Brock Mogensen played there? And with Nick being out, it's a big hole to fill. But Brock was very stellar last night for sure.
Yeah, they're a little bit. They're 2 different kind of players, but they're both very good at what they do. He was flying around. I haven't met with the D staff yet, obviously, because everyone's we got in pretty late, and everyone's in here right now. But I haven't met with them yet to get like the grades. But I thought just from when I watched the film, he was pretty good. He'll like to have one tackle in space back for sure. But he was playing through a little bit of stuff as well, just like most guys are. And I thought he battled his ass off, which is what we want.
Eddie mentioned Joel DeBlanco too, as well, Coach, in the first segment, and not just last night, but how have you seen the evolution of Joel as a player from the start of last year to where you see him now?
I see confidence. I see leadership. Going a year ago, our off-season conversations were, hey, we're going to give you an opportunity, a real opportunity to show who you are. And, that was last year. He started as the punt team captain, and then halfway through the year, he becomes a starter on defense. Yeah. And he's just continued to grow, like arrow up all the way. And, he's such a great human being too, and that loves football and brings energy in here every day. He's the type of teammate that you want on your team. He challenges people in practice. He's the first one with like the trash talk banter, the positive stuff in practice to get guys going. And, he just plays with energy. He plays behind his pads. He's the type of linebacker you want on your football team.
Coach, we all know what number 5 Justin Rankin is to this team, to the league. He's probably he's the best player in the league right now. Now, with that being said, I see the offense and I look at it from the defensive lens in Winnipeg. There's multiple sets of eyes on him last night, right? They made it tough on him. He still got off, but they held him in check pretty good in the second half. I feel that Coach Maksimic is going to have his work cut out for him to evolve this offense to get others involved, because defenses are going to be so keen on stopping number 5. Do you think, or do you challenge Coach Maximic to get other people involved in the game plan week to week? Do you let him just go and do his thing? And also, do you forecast this kind of happening as well, where the offense gets one-dimensional? And can you see it from the sideline during the game that, we're kind of we're telegraphing it to Rank a little too much, the defense can see what's happening?
So two-parter there. We are always challenging ourselves as coaches to try to evolve. And to your point, in the first meeting of the week last week, I made it really clear for us to continue to have success as a football team. Other people are going to have to make plays, and we're going to have to find ways to get other people the ball. And you know what I mean? Just as what you were talking about, I mean, Keon Julian Grant had some big catches yesterday. TJ Luther, some big catches. Josh Stephens had a couple catches. Everyone knows Rank's our good player, and there's a fine balance, Eddie, of trying to feed him as many times as you can and get creative with him as many times as you can. But then there's also times where we're using him to try to open other people up, open other players up, like that play down in the tight red with when we had both him and Leak on the field. I thought that was some creativity from the offense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a fine balance each and every week. It's like you got to get your main guys their touches because they can make plays, but at the same time be diverse enough and show enough different looks that you can kind of keep the defense off balance.
Mm-hmm.
And then to follow that up, Coach, do you guys have a number you try to get Rank, like 20, 22 touches? Is there a ballpark that you want to see him every game have the ball?
No, it's really we want to run as many plays as we can. So to do that, because you can get a lot deeper on your call sheet. Like you go into the game with like, hey, we really like these plays, these RPOs, these, movements, these hard runs. And then you have all these other good plays on your call sheet, but you can't get them unless you get more plays. So it's about staying on the field, being great on first down, staying on the field, moving the chains. Then you can kind of get to some of that more creative stuff as it goes on, as you get through the game. But it's really about having more offensive plays, not necessarily a set number of touches for him. It's a balance, Eddie. It's hard, man. It's because everybody in the stadium knows that he's our best guy, and he's been our best player this year and last year, but this year for sure. So there's a challenge every week offensively for us.
Eddie, you're not going to give any props what Coach said about with Leak and Rankin on the field here. What's going on?
That was nice. You've been pounding that drum. He's been pounding that drum. It slows that defense down. Just more eyes, more window dressing. I got to say, Coach K, though, man, you're sounding more and more like a head coach the more often I talk to you. You really are, Coach.
That means I'm growing too. That means I'm growing with this football team, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. Maybe just to describe your emotion at the end of the game, because we talked about that. We haven't seen that from a coach around here in a long time. So ecstatic about a victory at the very end there. And that's your personality. Everyone knows that. But maybe just describe what you were feeling, when the D made the final stop there.
I'm just passionate for this football team. We all know it's professional sports and we're judged on wins and losses, but there's so much more that goes into it. There's so much behind the scenes. There's so much commitment on all levels of the organization. And, I know the narrative. I know we hadn't gone 3-0 since 2017. Eddie, were you on that team in 17? I don't know if JC was. But, yeah. I mean, I know that, I know all those things, and I want it so bad for the guys, and especially because they're doing the right thing. Like I said, these guys are doing extra meetings, they're doing extra walkthroughs, and that's them choosing to do that. And I think, I just want them to feel that success, and I want this club and this city to feel that success, and we're on our way, and it's just 3 games, and we got to just keep stacking them. But you got to feel good when things go the right way, and you see the result when you put the work in.
What's the week look? You say the guys are in, you look at tape and et cetera, and then weekend off and back at her on Monday for the next game Saturday in BC. How's it look for you?
Well, so the coaches are in right now. I gave the players today off, and then they're back in tomorrow. We're going to watch the film, and then we're going to do a little team building. We're going to do the green and gold Olympics, I'm calling it. We're going to do all these fun events for a prize, just to do some non-football stuff to bond. Yeah, and then they have obviously Saturday night, Sunday off, and then we're back. We're doing an extra day next week because our next opponent is BC, one that we've struggled with, and so we're going to do an extra day, like an install walkthrough on whatever day that is. Monday, I guess that would be.
Right.
Yeah.
What event in these Olympics would Eddie Steele be good in?
Well, I don't want to give all the secrets away what we're doing because I'm surprising the guys, but you'd probably be good at like the bocce event.
Oh, for sure. Soft hands.
I'll tell you what, Coach, we got about 24 donuts in the studio here. People bringing them in. Eddie would be good at that. I can tell you that for sure.
Put them right to the pipes, baby.
Hey, Mark, thanks so much for coming on this morning. I know it's been a whirlwind getting back, the flight, the whole bit, and now you guys are back at it doing breakdowns and stuff. But can't thank you enough for being part of the show for the last 2 years you've been here. Appreciate it. Best of luck moving forward.
Thank you for the last 27, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you for the last 27 on behalf of this team.
Thank you, man. Yeah, take care. Good luck the rest of the year, Mark.
Thank you.
Mark Killam, head coach of the Double E. Massive win yesterday to go 3-0, 23-18 the final. That's the headliner of the day, brought to you by Mr. Rooter. Hey, the Mr. Rooter batting 1,000 against Clogs. That's mrrooter.ca. And, I mean, you know where that comes from, too, all this extra work. It comes from Morris, Hervey, Killam.
It really does.
Guys, it just, they're all on the same page.
And they're all working hard, man, in their all respective roles.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. The proof is in the pudding. I get chills thinking about it.
You know what? Moving forward, because Chris Morris has so much on his plate, and it's different now with private ownership. It's different, and the Thompson family has been unbelievable.
Ooh, have they ever? Have they ever, Kevin?
It's almost like they need another guy under Morris that is in the same philosophy with all three of these guys right now. That's a business guy.
Yep.
And Chris is a football guy, but he's also pretty astute.
He is
with how a football team operates, because that was his strength at the U of A.
Program builder.
Right. So, and that, like, without question, like, he built that program. And I think, and I hope I'm not overstepping what I think and what Chris was at the U of A, but he put so much into that program to get it back to respectability that at times the coaching aspect, there was no time left for him to.
Yeah, for sure. And again, the proof is in the pudding because they didn't get a ton of wins.
Right. They were close.
They're close.
So close. But what I'm saying is that there's
but he built a good
there's 24
program.
hours in a day.
Exactly.
He probably did 12 hours of business and building and recruiting and building the
leading
program.
these guys to be men as well.
And then he probably did another 8 hours of coaching.
Yeah.
That leaves 4 hours for sleep and family. So what I think the organization, just looking at it from afar, needs a guy that's in town that knows. Think about when the Oilers were at desperate times and they brought in, so the Edmonton Investors Group bought the team. They ended up getting all the top business guys together and they started the Copper Jackets. You know, now maybe they got to start the Green and Gold Jackets here with this franchise. Something. And because it's the product's there now.
It is, and it's going to continue to grow. And you're right. Like, I think where this team is at, Chris has a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
He's only one man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to get some help, especially on the business side of things, and what we're saying is not that Chris isn't doing the job.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what this is about. It's that there is so much work.
Yes.
More help would be better. This has nothing to. Chris is doing a A++ job. Phenomenal job.
That's what I'm saying.
But there is going to be, now that we're seeing the results on the field, it's almost going to be such a wave of work, of business, of relationships you got to handle. More help is going to be needed.
Like, again, I'm just using the Copper Jackets as one example and how that worked. You know, so it almost like if you got the top business guys and then you'd get your other business buddy and say, we need you here. You know, we got to get this. You got to be part of this. And it's almost, shaming is the wrong word. But like the guy almost, okay, I got to be part. All my business buddies are doing their part. I'm going to be doing my part too. And then it just filters down.
You're right. And let's talk about now the fans.
That's what I'm saying.
Let Commonwealth, you keep winning, make it be a place where you want to be. Not shaming, but you're going to have FOMO, fear of missing out for not being at the game like it used to be in the 80s. And they had 55,000 strong there. That was the place to be.
Absolutely.
And you keep winning, make Commonwealth the place to be again.
8:39 in Edmonton. We got to take a quick break. I got to get to one text when we come back. And I am going to get back to all the texters personally. I did a whole bunch the other day. I'm overwhelmed by the people that have texted in with well wishes. But when we come back, we got to do In or Out with Eddie Steele. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
With Play Alberta, backing the home team goes beyond the bets. That's because your picks have provincial impact. Play Alberta is the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. By investing in the General Revenue Fund, every play, bet, and buy made on Play Alberta helps make a difference across the province. Visit playalberta.ca/Gregor to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/Gregor. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Summer weekends in Alberta mean one thing: tournament season.
I brought the folding chairs. I brought the sunscreen.
I brought the umbrella, just in case.
But who brought the snacks to get through a doubleheader?
I got Alberta's best beef jerky.
Wilhauk Beef Jerky, the ultimate sideline fuel. Whether you're cheering on the kids or watching the pros, load up on Alberta's best beef jerky.
Wilhauk Beef Jerky, because you can't have summer fun with salad. Only available in Leduc.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey, Culligan. I think my water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at culligan.ca.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique family-owned independent liquor store. The selection, incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
This jersey was worn by the legend himself, signed and everything. You can't just wear it. I'm framing it with expressions and images.
Your prized jersey deserves better than the closet. Think expressions and images. Your local custom framer since 91. You name it, we frame it.
Good to go. With Mortgages to Go, you'll be good to go. MortgagesToGo.ca says yes when the banks say no. That's why Alberta has trusted Mortgages to Go for over 23 years. If you need cash and have equity in your home, you're approved instantly, guaranteed. Call 1-888-888-5998. That's 1-888-888-5998. With Mortgages to Go, you'll say, good to go.
Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Join play-by-play announcer Ben Showman for the games live on Sports 1440. The Toronto Blue Jays are on Edmonton's home for all things sports. Sports 1440.
Here's what you need to know about Lux Windows. We work hard. We come in early, we stay late, we go above and beyond, and then we go a little further. Not for awards or a pat on the back. We work hard so that choosing our windows and doors is an easy decision for you. It's the Alberta way. It's the Lux way. Everything we are is windows and doors. A company born and bred and made in Alberta.
You've got better things to do than wait for an oil change. Jiffy Lube gets you in and out fast. No appointment necessary. All you have to do is roll into a location near you, and we'll take care of the rest. Every full synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube is warranty approved and comes with a 20-point visual inspection, making sure you get back on the road safely. Find your neighborhood Jiffy Lube today. Visit jiffylubeservice.ca.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
Oh, man, that's Eddie Steele's request because he wants the Dr. Evil.
Let's hear it.
Oh, yeah. My childhood was typical. Summers in Rangoon, luge lessons in winter. My father would womanize, he would socialize, he would make outrageous claims like he invented the question mark. When I was insolent, I was placed in a burlap sack and beaten with reeds. Pretty standard stuff.
Woo! I love it, Kevin.
You know, you get texts and stuff here. Todd McClellan just said, hey, Kev, heard you're riding off into the sunset. Congrats. Hope you enjoy your time from Todd.
Thanks.
Head coach of the Wings. And we just mentioned again, just, that Crescent, he was part of the Crescent.
He's a friend.
Yeah. The other one I had to mention, and I'm going to get back to everybody. Hello, Kevin. This is Glenn Jevany. Just wanted to tell you how much I enjoyed listening to you these years on 1440. Your memory is amazing, even mentioning my name a couple of times. I'll miss your ability to make sports so entertaining. Best wishes from Glenn Jevany. Well, Glenn Jevany was only the best fastball pitcher in the country's history, one of the best in the world. He won Canadian championships, obviously provincial championships from Wetaskiwin. Glenn had a drop ball that fell off the table. I've never met Glenn. I've never seen, but I've heard all the stories. He won a gold for Canada and the Pan American Games in 1987. This guy was the best pitcher our country's probably ever produced, and there's been some great ones, and Glenn would know them, like Gene McWillie and Eugene Emberley, and a lot of guys that used to play in the old Western Professional League. That's how big fastball was back in the day.
I've heard the stories.
They had the Regina Molson, Saskatoon Camrose Merchants.
In the West.
I mean, it was unreal.
So much ball out here.
Thanks for the note, Glenn, and hope you're doing well. Time now for In or Out, brought to you by Pro Solutions. If you need fast AC service, Pro Solutions offers expert repairs, tune-ups, installs with flexible financing. Book your appointment now at prosolutionsinc.ca. You tell me, laddie, you bang 500 guys.
I think I may have found a way for us to get Bonds and Griffey, and we wouldn't have to give up that much.
What is it? Lay it on the line.
Are you in or are you out?
On Sports 1440.
I'd like to just slip into this guy's body and, mess around here. Oh, boy, Duke. Letterbuck.
That lay it on the line thing will never not make me erupt in laugh.
Unbelievable.
So funny. The Edmonton Elks moved to 3-0 to open a season for the first time since 2017. And shout out our friend Brian Degerley, a little extra tidbit of that. First time in the franchise history that the team is 3-0 in the month of June, which is interesting to note. But 23-18, they take it over Winnipeg last night. Top spot in the West Division now theirs alone. After an offensive or showing offensive supremacy in the team's first two games, Justin Rankin's numbers certainly speaking for themselves. Last night, however, we saw the team prove that their defense is just as capable of being a difference maker for the club as the offensive group on the other side of the ball.
Go ahead, D-boy.
Yeah, I'll be in, man. The defense played fast and physical yesterday. Winnipeg, they had some momentum and they were rallying, but the defense shut the door. And despite it feeling like Winnipeg was really carrying a lot of momentum through the third quarter, they only scored 4 points.
Mm-hmm.
The defense did a really good job.
Yeah, so I'm going to be in on this one too, especially that last drive. And again, there wasn't a lot of time left, but Karius was on the run. Could have had a sack there. Would have been the ice here right there.
Yeah.
But I think what I saw in that last drive was the layers, making sure that everyone's in their little quadrant and zone to make sure if someone busts a tackle, there's always someone there.
Safety.
Yeah. So, and as you know, Eddie, like the mentalities, get to the ball, but you still have to be smart when you do it.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, like the offense, it moved the ball well, especially when they needed to. And you open up a 17-0 lead. That's obviously very encouraging for your entire football club. But I think your point, Eddie, is maybe the best take in that even when it seemed like momentum was all on the Bomber side, they did still hold them to 18 points on the night. And even in a second half where the Elks didn't have the same success moving the ball, they still were only outscored 11-6, which is a mark that will, when you have a first half as good as that, will win you a lot of football games more often than not. And when you talk about the sack totals, the turnovers generated where they've been excellent through all three games so far, winning those turnover margins, it's a lot of encouraging signs, and it does seem like this kind of reshaped defensive line is certainly having a lot more success than the group, the high-priced big-name group we saw last year. And I'm sure that comes with also JC Sherritt getting his feet under him a little bit more as a defensive coordinator. It's all very encouraging, and we kind of talked about it earlier in the week. Like, this team is certainly shaping up as a real contender powerhouse in not just the West Division, but the entirety of the CFL with the collection of talent and the execution they've displayed through 3 games so far. Very, very good start to week 4 in the CFL. News outside of football last night, making its way around the Twitter sphere and otherwhere. Jason Robertson reportedly turning down an 8-year, $15 million AAV sign and trade from the Seattle Kraken. Now, that would have made him the second highest paid player in the NHL on a annual average value basis. All of a sudden, for Jim Nill and the Dallas Stars, if I'm sure they're still trying to maybe keep him in the fold there, but turning elsewhere, what other teams are interested in Robertson? And there shouldn't be any shortage of options because of his talent. But I think the most logical landing spot becomes the Chicago Blackhawks.
There are a few, as you mentioned, Duke, and it all has to do with cap space and where they're at. Chicago's got $30 million. But obviously, some of that is going to be going to Bedard. The following year, it's going to be going to Bowen Byram. They've got room. They've got guys that are locked up for a while that they don't have to worry too terribly much about. Plus, Mangiapane, Greenway are coming off the books next year. So that there's room in Chicago. I'm probably going to go yes to that, and maybe that's where he would like to go. The other obvious one is, to me, it's San Jose too, Duke.
Still? You think so, hey?
I just, because I'm just looking, when you look at cap space and the availability.
And the cap space, and once again, people need to remember here, this Robertson move is not going to be the same as the Alex Tuck, the Mitch Marner. Like, he is an RFA. This is to get the players full control. The package is going to be big to acquire him. And the Sharks, with the 2 top 10 picks, a pretty good, obvious prospect pool, particularly up front, along with some roster players that could help Dallas in the immediate, because they're still a contending team. They need to replace first-line winger if they're moving out Robertson. The Sharks are a great choice, Kevin. And here, I'll throw one more at you. After Alex Tuck's departure, could the Sabres be in the mix for a replacement in their top 6 wingers?
Yeah, absolutely. So those are the 2 for sure, Duke. And there are other options, but I'm just more looking at cap space and flexibility, and those are the 2 that come to mind for me.
I really like San Jose.
Yeah,
I like that fit.
So, and you guys kind of talked about this with spec. Kev, what are you thinking that, let's just say San Jose, maybe Chicago, would be willing to pay Robertson on an 8-year term?
Probably somewhere in the 14.
You think so?
Yeah, because then the year after, Celebrini will be looking at 18.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So, and because he can move past this number, because the reports are the conversations that his camp has had with Jim Nill kind of staggered Dallas in terms of what he wanted, which means it's probably well above that Rantanen number of 12. And if it hit him that hard, I think it's by a decent margin. So 14 to 15 million bucks, probably very much in the realm of possibility. The NHL draft getting underway tonight in Buffalo with the first round on tap. Toronto Maple Leafs set to select first overall, followed by the Sharks, Canucks, and then the now Buffalo Sabres after their acquisition of the pick from Chicago. Our buddy Stephen Ellis from DFO, he released his final mock draft heading into tonight's proceedings, and he's got it run down. I think the top 10 is going to fall in order as he's predicted it, which for our listeners, if you haven't had a chance to see the piece yet, goes McKenna, Stenberg, Malholtra, Chase Reed, Carson Carrolls, Vigo Bjork, Keaton Vierhoff, Albert Schmitz, Daxon Rudolph, and Wyatt Cullen to round out to Nashville.
I'll be out.
You think Rudolph's going higher?
I think Rudolph's going higher, yeah.
And that's it? That's the only change you have?
Bjork could go higher too. So those 2 guys is what I'll say might zip up. And we're not talking a lot of spots here.
No.
But, man, just the way Mike Rear talked about what he was describing in a defenseman, and maybe he thinks he's going to get Daxon Rudolph at 9, and that's what he means. But I'm with Schlemko. And if Schlemmer says that Rudolph's going to be the best defenseman out of this bunch, I'll side with that.
I'm going to be in with you, Duke, just because, in all reality, top 10 picks of the draft are kind of irrelevant to me in this market at this point in time. So
you know what that's
let
called,
it ride,
Eddie?
however
Eddie,
it
you know
rides.
what that is? That's called market-centric focus. You're not looking at the big picture
I know the
here.
people.
That's privilege. You have success privilege. And how quickly Oilers fans forget. when this is all they lived for. It was their whole world this night on the calendar.
Night, yes.
And now here we are, just a short few years later, and nobody could give a single lick
Give a
about
rip.
Is it on tonight?
Draft?
Yeah.
What draft?
Yeah. What time's it start? Oh, never mind. I don't care. The Vigo Bjork one, so to Calgary now makes, because I thought the Flames were going defenseman for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy to go with Zane Prake moving forward.
But after
the Nemec trade, I think they're looking to now build down the middle. And Bjork, obviously, the next best centerman after Mal Holtzer's expected to go to Vancouver and play under his dad. I just, the defenseman, sure, throw them in a hat and they could fall in any order. But I think Ellis has done a good job nailing this down.
Yeah.
Team Canada back on the pitch Sunday afternoon for the program's first ever match in the round of 32 at the World Cup. Head coach Jesse March, from talking about his big decoy play, so deceptive, so smart, said Alphonso Davies will be available for this match against South Africa. I don't think maybe he's available. I don't think he plays in the game.
Ooh, I think he plays. I'm out. Yeah.
I'm going to be with you on this one, Duke.
Really?
I think again, yeah. What's 3-4 days? What's the difference? You think all of a sudden there's a miracle?
Yeah, but this is a knockout. That's the difference. This game matters. This last game.
Yeah, but if he was that close, why was he not playing the Switzerland game? Because then you would have had an extra 4 days off on top instead of playing in 4 days, and you get to stay in the same place to play your next game. Like that game mattered, even for first place in the group. That had a lot of meaning.
They were still going to move on.
Still, but if he comes in at some point,
this is your tournament now.
No. If he wasn't ready to come in, he wasn't ready to come in. If he's coming in with whatever is 20 minutes left or whatever it is, they have a better chance to win. Do you think?
I read somewhere that there was some communication with Bayern and Team Canada that he wasn't actually going to play until the knockout round via Bayern.
Look at Eddie, the soccer insider.
So I don't know.
Eddie's got some hot leads.
Well, it makes sense. It makes sense. Wait till the knockout round. Save him, right? I get it.
Canada will take on South Africa. 1:00 kickoff from Los Angeles. That's 1:00 Mountain Time, noon local. The lone game on Sunday to open up the round of 32 matches. Finally, today, we bid adieu to the great Kevin Karius. 36 years in the biz, and even in my short time knowing him, never really failing to find ways to surprise us and keep us on our toes, whether it be some crazy story about the Chantel Kreviat's concert, private showing, very intimate that he goes to.
Hey, Duke, did you hear what happened on the White Mud?
Yeah. These intels he has with Edmonton police, and he's listening to the scanner like Batman to get all these great stories.
They're all true, baby.
Tell people out on the golf course. But I'll limit it to his time here on Sports 1440 for the sake of our listeners and myself. The most surprising thing that we have learned about Kevin Karius is his preference for the commando lifestyle.
Absolutely.
I'm out there, Duke, and I'm loving it.
Free balling it. And the thing is, Duke, he wears just basketball shorts 80% of the time.
Like, these are beautiful shorts that I got.
My goodness. What? Like there's no security.
Thin layer.
Thin layer of gabardine.
Free balling.
I looked good last night in those shorts, Eddie. You know, I saw you taking a peek.
Oh my goodness. I forgot that you had nothing under. Oh,
Eddie, try it. You'll love it.
I've done it before.
Well,
it's
I'm out on this one anyway. There's other.
You think there's more surprising things?
Absolutely.
To me, the only other close thing is that you've never had a peanut butter sandwich.
That comes at the top of the list too, Duke, for sure. And the way you scoff at it.
And then like Levers brings those, like hand makes you a sandwich down in the back room of First Round here at the mall, and you won't even taste it.
No.
You turn your nose up at it like some pretentious
there's other things out
elitism.
There. Other things out there.
It's a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, other things out there.
I'm so in, Duke. I'm so in.
So Kev, what do you like in your opinion? What do you think has shocked people the most that we've learned?
You're guarding, right? Your green thumb aspect.
As I told you, Eddie, the last time I was surprised is when I found out ice cream cones were hollow.
I haven't heard that.
Was Eddie the one you would explain that joke to? All right, it was Josh.
He dropped it on me though.
I don't understand what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, there's. To be honest with you, I'm a pretty open book here. So
yeah, but there's even an open book. There's always another page to turn.
Certainly is open.
And, new footnotes to find. Crazy.
All right, let's get on.
Absolute craziness.
Yeah. That's In or Out, brought to you by ProSolutionsInc.ca. Coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to announce who's going to be taking over the show moving forward. And
before I get out of here, can I just thank you?
I was going to get to that point. Yeah. No, I wanted to thank you.
Well, I want to thank you.
No, let me thank you.
No, it's a thank off. And No, seriously, Kevin. I'm so grateful and appreciative of our time together. I've learned a ton from you, man. I came into this just raw, talking sports, and you really are such a true pros pro, man. And the way you would, there's so many transitions you would have in interviews, and just you would make it seamless. And to put up with me, man, I know I can be a little much sometimes, and just to put up with my corniness. I'm grateful that this is the Kevin Karius show, but you have given me the opportunity and a platform to help build myself here too. So I'm so thankful to you, Kevin.
No, thank you, Eddie, for being a part since day one, and then to come on twice a week, the Mondays and Fridays. Look for like the Mondays were great because you could wrap up the weekend. Fridays were great because you're looking forward to the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
More importantly, we got to be really good friends.
We did.
And that's the most important part for me. Like Eddie he's popped over unannounced many times to the house. He's brought Laura flowers and things like that. One time I was working in the backyard, tarp off. Eddie showed up
with
he's
the kids.
All he did, the kids were there, and Eddie was just staring. How jacked I was, dude. He could not believe it.
Was it a similar look that you saw in the mirror when you're thinking about Jake Wallman?
Yeah. But no, Eddie was like, I was impressed. I wasn't sure what was underneath there, but boy, oh boy.
He's tighter than I thought.
No. But that's been the most important part for me.
100%.
And we're going to continue to be friends. And that's the most important, even more important.
I'm going to be smoking you on the golf course.
Oh, I can't wait.
And by the way, don't forget, we have a round lined up with that auction winner.
And do you know the date on that?
Oh, whenever. Okay. I mean, you got plenty of time now.
Wide open.
You're open for biz.
Wide open.
It's been great,
But
Kevin. It's been a
Eddie,
blast, man.
Thanks so much, buddy. Yeah, you betcha, baby.
Yes, sir.
When we come back, we'll introduce our listeners and our viewers to the next host of the morning show here on Sports 1440. But before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Fusion Promo Marketing. Met Matt last night. It was awesome. Expand your brand. High quality promotional products for businesses, sports teams, and corporate events. Get noticed at fusionpromomarketing.ca. That's Fusion with a Z. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Last night in Winnipeg, the Edmonton Elks moved to a 3-0 start on the season for the first time since 2017. They take down the Bombers 23-18. Cody Fajardo, 267 through the air and a score. And Justin Rankin's hot start to the season continuing. 106 yards on the ground, also adding a touchdown. World Cup action yesterday. Ivory Coast blanking Curacao 2-0. Ecuador gets past Germany 2-1 to advance through. Japan and Sweden draw 1-1. Netherlands over Tunisia 3-1. Turkey with a goal in stoppage time to top the United States 3-2, and Paraguay on Australia draw 0-0 in the nightcap. Good enough for the Socceroos Australians to move through to the elimination stage. Blue Jays open their set against the Texas Rangers with a 6-5 loss despite a good comeback effort. Kaz Okamoto staying hot with a home run in the defeat. And elsewhere around the majors, lighter schedule, Seattle falling to Pittsburgh 5-1. The Yankees get doubled up on by Boston 6-3, and the Cubbies take the finale over the Mets 4-3. Finally, WNBA action last night. The Toronto Tempo 125-97 winners over the Sparks, but a historic night for Toronto's Marina Mabry as her 53 points tie a single game high for points in a WNBA game. Coming up in hour 3 of the Kevin Karius Show, we will be joined by Jensen Lewis from VSiN Live, former MLB pitcher, and announce our new host of the Sports 1440 Morning Show. I'm Brendan Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440,
A Stingray radio station.
broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
At Leading Edge Physiotherapy, healing doesn't have to feel heavy, because in our SwimX aquatic therapy pools, you literally float your way to recovery. Whether you're dealing with arthritis, back pain, joint injuries, post-surgical rehab, chronic pain, balance issues, mobility challenges, or just feeling a little creaky, warm water and gentle resistance have your back, your knees, and your hips. Trusted by pro sports teams and rehab hospitals, our SwimX pools help you move sooner, hurt less, and recover faster. So take the load off, let the water do the work. Life shouldn't hurt. LeadingEdgePhysio.com.
Looking for a truck that can handle anything Alberta throws your way? Wolf GMC Buick has the offers to get you behind the wheel. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on select new 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 models. Plus, trade in an eligible 2015 or newer pickup and receive a $1,000 truck trade-in bonus on select Sierra models. Ask about bonus offers for heroes, students, recent graduates, and more. Visit wolfgmcbuick.com.
Don't let equipment failure stop you cold. At AWS Welding in Nisku, our factory-trained service techs are on hand for all welding equipment repairs. We're a fully warranted center for Miller, Lincoln, and ESAB. And we service all makes and models. Proper, regular service extends the life of your gear and keeps it running at peak capacity. Don't wait for a breakdown. Book your service appointment today at 780-979-0470. AWS Welding. We make it happen.
Everything is going to be okay. If you're feeling the weight of too much debt, you have options. I'm Dan McDicken, a licensed insolvency trustee with Faber. Becoming debt-free is possible, and a personal bankruptcy or a consumer proposal will get you there. Schedule your free Faber Focus session at faber.ca today. You'll learn how a consumer proposal will eliminate your debt by paying a percentage of the amount owed without interest. At Faber, we've got your back.
Boxing Day is back at the Brick. Find amazing deals all weekend long, like save $1,000 off a genuine leather reclining sofa. Save up to 40% off select mattresses. Plus, get a 10% instant credit to use towards sleep accessories. And find the lowest prices of the year on select beds, dining tables, and chairs. Don't miss the return of Boxing Day, this Saturday and Sunday, only at the Brick. Exclusions apply. See in store for details. The Brick, saving you more.
Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 906 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick with you here on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. So glad you're with us on a Friday morning. The Duke plays Who Are You? It's like the Masked Singer, Duke. I think we're like unveiling. That's how I felt like, when they play that song and they're unveiling the Masked Singer. But we are going to unveil the new host of the morning show here. And so excited, so proud, and so it's just going to be an incredible transition. Welcome to Sports 1440, Tom Gazzola. Morning, Tommy. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Morning, boy.
Yes, sir. Tom Gazzola.
Wow.
Yeah. So Tommy G's taking over the following week. He's got still a lot of stuff to do, but Tom, welcome to Sports 1440. You're going to hit it out of the park, big guy.
I can't wait, KK. Thank you for that. I want to start by saying congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Amazing career. Big shoes to fill. I remember watching you on Sports Night when I was a kid. I remember you when I started at, The Score, but before that I was Gene Principe's studio runner. And getting to see all these local legends, actually, more than local legends, in the flesh was intimidating, but then you got to know everyone and you find out they're good people and then you're right at the top of the list. So this is exciting. It's a bit overwhelming. It's been an interesting couple of weeks, but like you said, there's a lot to look forward to and to actually be here and to unveil this. And I know people have been chatting about, where's Tom going to go? Is he going to do his own thing? It's nice to just say, here I am. This is the plan going forward. And I'm really, really excited. So kudos to you, KK, on an amazing career. And to become your friend has been special.
Well, it's going to be a seamless transition, as I've been telling some of the people that I know that wouldn't let the cat out of the bag, even though, as you said, I think it's kind of the worst kept secret in town. But as you said, like when you were starting out and working with Gene and like that's what 20 is it 20 not quite
it's coming up on 20 years
20 okay
2007 2008
so just seeing I was around obviously Rexall Place and then seeing you and people have to realize how hard it is to start in a market like this but when it is difficult but the times have changed too but it's hard in the sense that when you started out like you had to work your balls off just to get that with Gene and then to continue on the Score and then to get with the Oilers. Which was a great experience for you because
that was cool.
Maybe that's what I wanted to talk to you most about is that time with the Oilers because I was doing some games at that point too, at the tail end. So
I remember that
on the road a little bit at the time because I was just on the way out. You were sort of coming in. So, but that for you, that's being part of a team was exceptional for me. And that's what it's here. This is a team, and that's a team atmosphere. So what were those years like when you're with the Oilers?
Eye-opener years, like a lot of growing up, a lot of new experiences. You got to experience the road, obviously, and that's its own beast, and you had to grow up quickly. And if you weren't on time, on the bus, on the plane, they were leaving without you. I remember taking a cab with Taylor Hall to the arena in San Jose because we both just missed the bus by like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And we looked at each other and he's like, "You want to catch a cab?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." Yeah. And so like things like that, it was cool. And to be a part of that organization, you do feel a part of the team. I love being a part of a team growing up playing sports like you. It's the best feeling in the world, the trust you build with the people around you. And that continues into what we do today. So really, really cool to be with the Oilers and on Oilers TV as the lead host and reporter for 8 seasons. And, as time goes on, things change. And as you know, as we all know, that there's been a million different employees and VPs, and sometimes you're not somebody's cup of tea and they make a change and you have to adapt and learn on the fly and figure things out. But yeah, those years were unique. I don't take them for granted. Maybe when you're in it and you're, getting mad about something because somebody said something to you, or you're being treated a certain way, you got to take a step back and realize it's all actually pretty good where you're at. But when you're in the moment, it's tough too. But those were special years, and it led to an opportunity in TSN with TV, and then obviously radio. And that's where I got to know Brandon. And the Duke was starting out at 1260 before its demise. So you got to adapt and learn on the fly. And here we are today.
It's going to be an incredible opportunity for you. Also, you're going to bring over Belsey, Sean Bell, with you as well, because you guys have been doing Hello Hockey for a while now too.
Plans for that. Belsey's finishing up at the old station, and I'll let him, kind of set his course. But we have a great show in Hello Hockey, and we do want to continue it. We have some great sponsors in and around the community that have encouraged us to keep it going. So I've been fortunate. I grew up playing against Belsey, KK, and I know we skate together in the winter, and we're fortunate to do that. And Belsey and I remember when he signed with the Oilers in my first year at Oilers TV, was in training camp, and I was like, "Hey man, I'm Tom. I played for the Maple Leafs when you were with KC." He's like, "I kind of remember you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I was like that little fly that would be shooed away by you when you were taking the puck up the ice 200 feet and then scoring on us because we sucked." And he's like, yeah, I kind of remember. And then, our friendship kind of grew from there. So we'll let Belsey do his thing. And when he's ready to decide, we'll go from there. But the intention is to keep Hello Hockey going because it's a good show. We figure.
And you're going to be staying on doing TSN, the sidelines and everything. And
that's another crazy thing is when our old station went down, got a call and they're like, "Okay, so we're sorry about the radio station, but they still need you for TV." I was like, "Still need me? You got Shaggy, and like I thought this was it for me." And they're like, no, we like you, And sure enough, a couple of years later, I'm the guy in Edmonton and get to do some Calgary stuff. And I'll tell you what, KK, that game on Saturday, I was miserable. I think they were Marshall Ferguson was making a joke about my oversized golf umbrella. And
wasn't big enough.
It was, I was still drenched. And they're like, "Okay, Tom, go ahead. You can talk if you want to joke with the guys." And my earpiece was cracking. And I'm like, I think they said to talk, but I was so miserable. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll just wait for the end of the game to do my interviews, and then away we go.
Yeah, we were at the game sitting. We were underneath a bit, but we were there. And then golf the next day at the ranch.
Of course you did.
That was just as bad. Like, you could have whatever. Did you have rubber boots on, or what did you have?
No, I had sneakers on. I sprayed them down with sneaker protector. Guess what? Didn't work.
No, he needed a big rubber boots. Tom Gazzola with us here, the new morning host here at Sports 1440. Texts rolling in, and they're coming in pretty fast. E.G. Gazzola, Levi, Tommy G. Hell yeah, boys. The rig says, "Does Tommy G have hair-related products coming in as a deal to start.
You know what's funny is somebody brought that up a year or two ago and never followed through. So no, I roll with my Swedish hair cream and stick with what works.
Titan, hey Tommy G, congrats. Looking forward. Pete, so happy for you. Well deserved. Rowdy, old pal Tommy Gazzola, congratulations. You know Rowdy.
Oh, I know Rowdy.
Duke, pick up that bottle over there. Did you see it over there? This one? Yeah, that's for Rowdy and our bet for the San Francisco. I signed it.
Oh, like
that's the bottle.
This is the one that he's never come to God. So now I'm just being tasked with.
Well, I said he's
passing this along.
Tommy can give it to
hold it up, Duke.
Well, Tom might just drink it here.
Whiskey.
Yeah, no, I think that's right up Rowdy's alley. Judging by some of the spelling on his text, I'm familiar with him going back to the old days in 1260.
JB in a loader. Welcome, Tommy G. Matt and Leduc, Tommy G. It always had to be Tommy. He's the only one that could take on the mantle of best hair at 1440. CB Radio guy, thank you. What a land. Great selection from Mike and Kindersley to replace KK. Jordan, congrats, Tommy. If this were Oilers management choosing, they would have taken Howard Stern.
Well, they're a whole different story and ballgame altogether. I'm sure we can get into that. But I like these texts. I'm sure there's a few that are.
No. Wow. Didn't have Tom on my dance card, but great choice. Good job, 1440. Enjoy your day. KK from Scuff. Darren Canmac. Welcome, Tom. Northside Adam. Tom, when I saw you stepped away from EST and said something like you'll be on the sidelines of the Elks game, I knew you had something in the hopper. And then when KK announces his retirement, I was like, bingo, man. Tom is the new main man. Stoked for you, bro. MTR, pretty ridiculous shirt for your last day, Kev, from MTR.
This is KK in a
never
nutshell.
mind MTR. I was looking because we did the Dr. Evil impression. Tommy, you kind of got a Dr. Evil look going here. It's a tan. That's the Dr. Evil suit, man. Like, that is what he wore.
It's what do they call it? It's a Mandarin collar. Shout out to my boys, Jared and Richie over at Modern Measure. Those guys have me looking good. They come up with some amazing things. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'll probably wear some ridiculous stuff. I don't know if it's as colorful and eye-catching as what KK wears, but
it's our dog, Sammy, right there.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean,
custom made.
Yeah, I was
Just
picking
like
up
yours.
Penny's chocolate hot dogs last night. So,
Husks, Tommy, welcome aboard. As KK will tell you, you'll hear from me once in a while. Yeah, you'll get a lot of basketball questions to relay to Paul Sir.
Okay, yes, I will definitely bounce those over to Paul, and I know Doug McLean's great too.
Oh, God, I can't keep. There's tons, Tommy.
Yeah, Mark Michaud.
Yeah, but these got these triple C in a truck. Congrats, Tommy. You'll never get used to MTR's ridiculous texts from his mom's basement. Oh, solid. These guys have been going at each other for years.
You know what? I can't wait. I know there's going to be some crossover from the old shop, but there's going to be a lot of new people to meet, and I love interaction. Man, that's the other thing too is KK. I love doing pre and post game shows. Did them for 8 years. That's where you get a lot of interaction, but I feel like there's going to be less battles in the mornings and more like, okay, let's take a deep breath. We've slept on it.
I don't think so, Tommy.
Come on, back me up. I mean, the heat of the moment, boys. Like,
no,
8 years.
So.
They're battling when poor Matt Cassian, Sean Bell, Joaquin Gage are.
Yeah.
I'm like, boys, you're stepping into a hornet's nest, and they got used to it pretty quickly. So I guess the vitriol does carry over at 7 a.m.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. It actually, to be honest with you, after a few hours, it might get even more because people have had time to sleep on it and think on it.
And then they go back and watch some more.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll handle it. We'll be all right.
Yeah,
we'll be all right.
It'll be great for sure. And plus, the other thing, Tommy, is that we got another great player for the Critters, CFCW Critters.
Yeah.
So now you're going to see what it was like, because I'm going to still play this way, because the games are always on Thursdays, and we go to all these great little towns, and it is a hoot. It's a blast. They take care of us like you wouldn't believe. You got a bus, you get a pregame meal, you got as many beers you can have. Duke drinks 30 to 40 beers.
That's it?
Yeah. And then, a meal after.
Wow.
And then you get home. And I mean, they treat you so well. But like the last few games, there's been some longer trips, and the Oilers are always playing on Thursday.
Yeah.
The Critters play.
Yep.
So Duke lines, he's got the game on the bus, so he figures it out on his computer. We're watching the game on the screens on the bus.
Excellent.
And then you get home, but Fridays can be a little tougher, a little bit tougher.
little slow going.
But then the good thing is that Eddie is bright. He's just all full of and vinegar, and
Love
he's
Eddie.
ready to go. So he's going to be the guy on Friday that holds it together.
I like this. Gregor told me about the critters. I see your bag.
Yeah.
When we skate together, and I'm just like, what the hell is that? I didn't bother to ask, and then Greg's filled me in. So, I love to play still. How well, that's debatable, but
no, you'll be you might have to play forward though, because there's
Good.
a lot of guys that want to play D.
why am I playing defense in our skate?
I don't
By the
know.
way, and I've got Chris Dingman all over
terrible.
me. At the old place, I called him a name, and I immediately regretted it because he called me. I don't know if you were there that day. He's like, "Who gave the puck away at the blue line?"
Yeah.
And that's when we had a bunch of guys from the WHL that came back, bunch of AJHL guys, bunch of pro guys, former pro guys. Like, it was a stacked game, and I'm sitting there on defense, boys. I've never played defense a day in my life.
Wrong, Tom. We saw you play defense at the last ever media versus
you and I were
alumni.
partners.
That's
We were
right.
just fine.
Quick Card minor hockey game where our team got 100 goals scored against us.
Yeah.
And David Schlemko and I went -40, and you and Karius went -60.
That's right.
As a pairing.
There you go.
And that just speaks to the type of talent we're continuing to add to the Critters roster.
Thank you, Brandon.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you for that very painful reminder
Oh,
of how
my-
poorly But they had like the junior Oilers
It
on
was
that
so-
team, and these kids were still playing, and I think it was like 9 in the morning, and we're barely awake.
And then
I
even
remember that.
even the Laddie, who was in the media now, still played for the alumni team with all the junior Oilers against all of us
Oh, I
schlubs.
know.
And then the poor junior Oiler ladies team, they didn't have a prayer when they were pulling our dead weight. So it was a tough time, tough outing for
They were our
everyone
best
involved.
players. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
What else? I think. Hey, well, you and Duke now. You and Duke are going to be. You're only as good at this job as your producer is.
Damn right.
And that is a fact. And I'll be honest. Well, Duke and I met like twice for a total of 40 minutes before we went on the air. You guys have a luxury now that you've known each other for a while.
Yeah.
So you worked. As you said, you worked together a little bit. So maybe Duke just chime in and like, this is going to be a great relationship. You guys know each other. It's going to be, the show is, again, it's going to be seamless. Tommy will take it to another level.
Mhm.
So I just wish you guys nothing but the best.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I think I'll speak on behalf of Josh and getting the chance to, chat with Schlemmer and Eddie last night at the taco shop and stuff. I know they're equally as excited for it. So, we're not gonna forget about you quite so quickly, Kev, but obviously with someone like Tom with his pedigree and knowledge and everything stepping right in, it's, as you said, going to be seamless, and we're looking forward to kind of the next era of the morning show here on the station. So it's going to be a great outing.
The graveyard's full of people, Duke, who thought they were irreplaceable.
Yeah, it's a very true statement.
Yeah.
Okay, but thank you, Duke. And yeah, we did work together. I think I actually did some pre and post, or we worked a bunch of shifts together at 1260.
Yeah, a couple outings, and running into Tom like down at Elks games and stuff.
Yep.
Always very friendly to chat. And I just put the tweet out like, this is perfect because I've heard the rumor scuttling around that Kevin Karius is like your mom's Tom Gazzola, the good looking on screen pistol, great hair. It's going to be seamless. People might not even notice that we made a change.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
You love
An
that.
old
You love it.
fart that's barely hanging on here. Barely hanging on.
No.
Welcome, Tommy. It's going to be great. As I said, it's a seamless transition, as I think, and you guys are going to be fantastic. I'll be listening out in the garage and in the backyard.
Without a shirt on and no underwear. Evidently.
Well, that's probably part of the deal.
Yeah.
Again, welcome to Sports 1440. You're going to knock it out of the park, buddy.
Thank you, KK. An honor, man. Really proud to be here.
All right. Our new host of the morning show moving forward. Tommy's got a week, but because, the holidays next Wednesday, Duke's going to run the show Monday and Tuesday, and then on Thursday and Friday after the holiday on Wednesday. Although low tide will be in from 10 till, or is it 11 till, or 10 till? 10 till 1 for trade deadline, although, free agency will be pretty quiet, I think. We'll see what happens. But and then Tommy will start the following Monday. So our new host of the morning show, Tom Gazzola. Coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, we've also got Jensen Lewis, by the books, one of the best baseball insiders that you can think of. And then at 10 o'clock, it's Golfing with the G-Men. Gary Meyer, the old golf pro for the Country Club Tour. Tons to discuss with Gary to close things out here. It's the Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Are you a skilled laborer? All Star Construction wants to talk to you. A heavy equipment operator with Traco or backhoe experience, All Star Construction wants to talk to you, too. With work in and around Edmonton for local land developers, All Star Construction offers year-round employment. Whether it's power, gas, or telecom, developers rely on All Star Construction to get the job done. So if you're a skilled laborer or a heavy equipment operator with Traco or backhoe experience searching for work, search All Star Construction on Indeed.
Wondering what you can afford? Let Go Auto do the math with our free car loan calculator. No pressure, no awkward convos, just quick answers on your budget and payments. Bad credit? No credit? We got you. Text CHECK to 780-777-7777. That's CHECK to 780 all 7. Find out what you qualify for and start shopping with confidence. Go Auto. Drive what you love with payments that make sense.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Car shopping sucks. That's right. Going back and forth 100 times just to get a price. Give me your credit card for a test drive. What's all these extra fees? That sounds ridiculous. At Northgate, we do things a little differently. Good deals on new, pre-owned vehicles, good people, and a great selection. Stop in and see us today. 13215 97th Street or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Mr. Rooter buries evidence in the desert.
I didn't mean to do it. I was forced into it. Yeah, forced. But now, no one will ever know. You've done well, Mr. Rooter. You did something awful, but you covered your tracks. It's done. The last transcript that shows I did a semester of Christian school.
Uncover evidence of the proudest plumber, Mr. Rooter.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Join play-by-play announcer Ben Shulman for the game live on Sports 1440. The Toronto Blue Jays are on Edmonton's home for all things sports. Sports 1440.
The big hits. The big kicks. Catch all the action at Selly Sports Bar and Lounge. Never a bad seat in the house with tons of big screens. And Selly's menu. Something for everyone. Plus game day food and drink features. So bring your friends, cheer loud and proud, and join the fun at Selly Sports Bar and Lounge at all 3 Century Casino locations. Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile. Every day is game day at Century Casino.
It might have been scraped by the snowblower, dented while door crashing, or crunched at the company Christmas party. At some point over the winter, your car was damaged and it's been hiding under a coat of winter grime.
Then come and see Robertson Body Works. We can take care of the damage and the dirt. This week only, call and book a repair and get a complete auto detailing absolutely free.
But you have to book your appointment before the week is up. Go to robertsonbodyworks.com.
I'm Tim Robertson, and I fix cars.
To the person who muted the work chat before their boss sent out the "Have a great long weekend" message, hi, your Safeway PA announcer here. Your secret's safe with us. Let's kick the weekend into high gear with fresh quality burgers, kebabs, sausages, and steaks. Everything your tongs have been waiting for all week. So leave the conversation on red and enjoy every single day off at the grill. For quality meat, visit a Safeway near you.
You're listening to Sports 1440 and watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Sports 24/7. We are Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 9:29 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick with you here on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. The texts that are coming in, again, just remarkable. I'm overwhelmed, and all of the great well wishes as well to Tom taking over. Even our old friend Doug Workman. Congratulations, Tom. All the best on the new gig. All the best in your retirement as well, Kevin, from Doug Workman at True Beauty. Yeah. Hey, Doug Workman, yeah, here's your get out of jail free card, big guy. Yeah. Thankfully, haven't had to use it yet, but you never know, Doug. Thanks, man. For the last couple months now, we've had Cam Tate come along for the ride, and it's been just super. And Cam was there last night too. How many churros did he?
Josh was bragging about how many tacos he ate. He out ate Eddie on the taco department, and then Eddie's bragging about how many churros he ate. He got out eaten by Cam Tate in the churro department. I think he had 6.
Yeah.
He had
pretty well.
He had one, and we're like, we get it to him, and he's enjoying. We're watching the football game, and all of a sudden he's like turned around. He's like, give me another one of those, and on and on. He's just pounding them back.
It's just remarkable that Tater was there last night, and he's been such a big part of the show. So this is going to be the final edition of Cam and Eggs, and maybe Tommy, you're going to read it on Fridays. We'll see. I guess because it's less work for Cam is what it is. Because so I've been reading them on Friday cold. So here it is. Cam and Eggs order number, who knows what it is, because he changes it every day. Well, here we are. Kevin got the morning show. Good for Kevin. Great for Kevin. Meanwhile, and I want to get into this because I think it's important. I'm not doing well. I've been with Big Sports 1440 since day one. Day one. I was here when this place was held together with a microphone and a dream, and I believe some electrical tape. In March, they put me on the morning show. I want to be careful here. Nobody said anything to me directly. There was no conversation, no memo, no strongly worded email. I went out and spent, and these are real numbers, hundreds of thousands of dollars of state-of-the-art computer-generated voices for the new morning show. I don't know what I was thinking either. Moving on. Last night, sponsors gathering, very nice event. Gregor stands up. I straighten my jacket. I am ready. And by the way, completely unrelated, I ended up driving Karius home afterward. Just wanted that on the record. I'm a team player. I drive people home. It's Kevin. Now I've done some thinking, and I believe I know exactly why this happened. The desk. Gregor will not lower the desk for the buggy. That's it. That's the whole thing. I've been passed over for the morning show because of desk height. I'd like everyone to sit with that for a moment. I'm seeing my therapist Thursday. Doctor, get over it. The world's greatest. He has a cancellation. I called ahead. But seriously, and I mean this, thrilled to have Tom joining Sports 1440. Genuinely looking forward to working with you. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to all of this. That's from Cam. And Tommy's still here in the studio, Cam. So awesome. And Cam puts together such great pieces. And again, the computer-generated stuff is amazing. That's where technologies come. Thanks, Cam, for the best. You're a true pro. And we'll be seeing you around a lot. And Cam's going to come over and see old man Baker and Sandra and Laura in our backyard at some point this summer. Because they used to hang around a lot at the country club. So that's going to be great. Text 833-401-1440. And again, I'm going to try to get back to each and every one of you individually. I did several hundred the other day, Wednesday night. Yesterday, I didn't have time, but I'm going to get to a lot of these moving forward. Even David the Goose just comes in. And Dave's been great. Dave Nelson, congrats, great career, KK. And to Tommy, the clothes will be great and probably a few more layers. I don't know what that means. I guess a few more layers of clothes, but he's talking about the underwears. That's what he's getting at, if I know Dave. Coming up in the big program, Jensen Lewis again, Wiesen by the books. We'll talk Blue Jays. They lost another one last night. They're falling more and more below 500 now. 3 games. They had an opportunity to play very well against Houston, and they did at times. But the fundamentals of certain elements of their game they're not there. Vladimir Guerrero continues to not hit the ball. with anything. I mean, his average has gone down 100 points in the last 5 weeks or whatever it is. The power isn't there either. They have got to figure out what's going on with his swing and quick. It's off kilter. He's working at it as hard as anyone can, but the results just aren't there. So we'll check in with Jensen Lewis a bit later, right after the break. And then Gary Meyer, longtime golf pro, golfing with the G-Men for the Country Club Tour. Gary will be by for our last hour together, and we've spent so many great moments together, not just on this show, but just around and talking. And Gary's, as you know, one of the funniest guys. Tom, you're going to have a blast with Gary because some of his impersonations and some of the things that he says, you go, wow, it's just unbelievable. When we come back, Jensen Lewis, Wiesn, By the Books on the Kevin Carey Show with the Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 AM Radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
At Hughes, it's all about getting in and out quick and clean. No cash, no problem. With Hughes' new tap and wash system, all you need is your debit or credit card to get your vehicle sparkling clean.
Find us at HughesCarWash.com.
The perfect place to host your golf tournament or fundraiser, company event, celebration of life, wedding, birthday party, or private party. Cattail Crossing Golf and Winter Club. More than a golf course, a fun, welcoming place with beautiful views, relaxing patios, and a team that truly appreciates each and every guest. Featuring Out of Bounds, Cattail's 5-star kitchen. Some say it's the best clubhouse dining they've ever had. Cattail Crossing Golf and Winter Club. Book your tourney or event today at cattailcrossing.ca.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at EdmontonExpoCenter.com today.
You want it? We got it. At Harley Davidson of Edmonton, we have a huge bike inventory just waiting for you to ride. We're not a car dealer. We're your local family bike shop. We are riders supporting riders. Come find your dream bike here at Harley Davidson of Edmonton on the Yellowhead Trail, locally owned and operated since 1980. Find us at hdedmonton.com.
Our new McCafe crafted sodas just drinks or something more. Like Sprite Berry Bliss, Creamy Strawberry Coke, and Orange Dream. All swirled with fizzy flavor and topped with silky cold foam. Only at McDonald's. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. The goal of every one of the thousands of hair restoration procedures I've performed is a full, natural-looking head of hair. I work directly with my patients for the consultation, the procedure, and the follow-up, so we can achieve the best results possible. When people see what we accomplish, I don't want them to think, "Wow, great hair transplant." I want them to think,
Wow, great hair.
Go to drvanceelliott.com and contact us today.
Nissan breaking through the defense. Look at the control. What a move. What a finish. Kicks has done it again.
Nissan Kicks is the 2026 Best Buy winner from Consumer Guide Automotive for 5 years in a row. The Score with Nissan event is on, and you can score by financing a 2026 Nissan Kicks S for 0% for 36 months, or get up to $3,000 cash purchase bonus on other Kicks models. Conditions apply. Visit Nissan.ca for details.
Visit your local Edmonton and area Nissan dealer for more information.
No.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 9:40 in Edmonton, and time now for the game of the day, brought to you by St. Albert Dodge, where the 2026 Ram 2500 Black Express packages are here. They got the 20-inch black aluminum wheels, black Mopar side steps, the body color bumpers and grille, and the sports performance hood. Check them out at stalbertdodge.com. As we welcome back our old buddy Jensen Lewis from By the Books, V's and Live. Good morning, Jensen. You're with Kevin Karius. As always, thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning, big guy. Really appreciate it.
Same, brother. And a celebration in order. I just put it out. A send-off for a saint, my friend. Great to be back with you and excited always to talk some shop.
Thanks so much for the kind words. Me too, Jensen. I've always enjoyed our conversations. Even like driving, that couple times I've driven back to Saskatoon for our baseball draft, I send you a note. Oh yeah, look at this guy, Joey Cantillo, and all these. And I'm like, okay. And then finally, you said Colton Keith, and I'm like, all right. And then he hits 3 homers finally in one game. He's hit more home runs in one game than he's hit all year. Just the way it goes, I guess. But
we hit on some. We hopefully hit on more than we miss. But yeah, what a season it's been, my friend. Especially north of the border, that's for sure.
You betcha. Hey, before we get to that, just the news today: Carlos Mendoza fired in New York with the Mets. And I mean, people could have said, well, it should have been done sooner, but nothing going right in New York lately.
No, and I think that's right. Do you think about how this could have been, maybe done a handful of weeks ago, if not sooner than that? 13 games under 500 starting play today. You get swept by the Cubs. You've lost 6 in a row, 8 of your last 10. I think the thing that hurts the most is you're 9.5 games outside of a playoff spot. So you're asking to not only get back to 500, which is going to be a chore in its own right, but having to overcome so many teams in front of you, even to get within shouting distance of a playoff spot. So what does that mean? Well, Andy Green will take over, and we'll see kind of where the prevailing winds are as far as David Stern's future. What will Steve Cohen have to say, for not only the foreseeable future, but also what is the plan moving forward? Because you went out, you spent all the money, not only on Juan Soto, but Bo Bichette this offseason. You try and make the big trade for Freddie Peralta. That hasn't panned out. It would not shock me, though, Kevin, if you start having some GMs try and call and see if you can't pluck Devin Williams or Luke Weaver to Oscar Brazoban. We know that relief pitching gets expensive the closer you get to the deadline. Those guys at least have been a little bit of a shining light in what has otherwise been a very dismal season there at Citi Field.
What is it with the organization as far as pitching goes? I mean, a lot of teams have injuries at pitching, but they seem to get by. Is there not enough depth in the organization? Or what?
I think that's certainly a part of it. When you looked at some of the injury issues, and you're relying upon, at least heading into spring training, Kev, where usually you want to leave camp with 8 options, the 5 that you go north with, and then 3 that if anything were to happen, you can immediately jump down to AAA, pluck those guys up, and you keep everything moving. I think not only the injury issue, but the ineffectiveness too. It all really hit pretty early. And I think they were even too lean to start the year as far as pitching depth. So you're playing from behind a lot there. The offense obviously doesn't give you a lot of room to maneuver. It has been so inconsistent. Even with the roster construction, getting Marcus Semien, Jorge Polanco playing a position he pretty much never had. It's all fine and dandy to have 4 shortstops on the infield, but when you don't have them hitting, and let's be honest, that's why you went out and you got Semien and Polanco to go along with Lindor and also with Soto and now Bichette this year. Has not transpired anywhere close to what they anticipated before the season began.
Yeah. Jensen Lewis, By the Books, V's and Live, our guest on the Kevin Karius Show here in Sports 1440. Well, you mentioned it, north of the border, and the Toronto Blue Jays in a bit of a funk right now, had an opportunity to probably even sweep the Houston Astros, but for some reason, the fundamentals of baseballs, they've left this team. Is that just one of those little parts of the season? And we're getting close to the All-Star break, as you know, Jensen, but at times, do you just sort of lose it in that sense?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the overall analytical numbers, if you will. The offense certainly leaves a lot to be desired. I think you and I have had conversations about that, even at the beginning of the year, where what was life without Bo going to look like, and Vladdy can only do so much. I think we talked earlier in the year about what Kaz Okamoto was, and man, just this last week, he has really started to revive what we saw early on. Some great flashes of what he could become. Varsho's been awesome too here this last week. And now you got to get some of the usual suspects and George Springer going. Lucas has had to deal with the injury issue too. Kirky's finally back, but still trying to play catch up and kind of get some consistency. So that's tough. Then you're John Schneider and you're having to really figure out what lineup construction looks like series in and series out. I think the starting pitching will get better. It has probably left a bit more to be desired too. And that also is another depth issue. I mean, did we believe that we'd see meaningful starts from Patrick Corbin with his team in April? I mean, no one really could have predicted that, albeit he's held the line as well as he possibly could. Dylan Cease has been absolutely unbelievable. Think about that this offseason, Kevin, and revisionist history will tell us if they didn't spend the money on Cease, and I think we even kind of looked at it on the outside. I'm like, whoa, this is a pretty big spend. You really going to buy Bo Bichette? No, we're going to go spend it on Dylan Cease. And boy, has that turned out to be the best investment so far. I would say the silver lining that I look at, you begin play today, you'd be tied for the final wild card spot. What did we watch just a year ago, Kev, where it was kind of middling in the first half of the season, and then it was like getting shot off an aircraft carrier in the second half. So it's the beauty of the marathon. I think there are some areas that you kind of feel will finally turn for the positive. And so I continue to be bullish on this Blue Jay team. No question about it.
Jensen, you mentioned Vladimir Guerrero. People can't believe this year. And everyone's, well, it's coming. Well, it just hasn't been coming. He's eighth in the team in home runs. Yeah. What are you seeing from his swing, Jensen?
I would say that, you look at where last year was, and to ask him to kind of reproduce that again this year would be a tall order, but would he be capable of it? I think he would say in his heart of hearts, yes, he could do that. There's obviously been enough documented about, the plane of the swing and not being able to lift consistently. He's so line drive heavy that you just don't even get the opportunity to find balls that'll travel over the wall at a consistent rate. Yeah. I'd be honest. Would you trade 20 homers for, another 40 RBI? I would, because I'd rather have more of the run scoring than having to worry about as many home runs. I would want to keep as many RBI situations that he cashes in that doesn't need a home run to get it there. Obviously, he can change a game with one swing. We know about that. But we also look at lineup protection. And, Kev, when you look at really good lineups, and we kind of saw this with Aaron Judge, Juan Soto for a bit, and now Ben Rice, even in New York, is starting to understand what life is like when you don't have Aaron Judge behind you. I think there is something to be said that when you had Bo and Vladdy back-to-back, he was very much a pick your poison part of that, and it took some of the pressure off. So is Vladdy feeling some pressure? Oh, I think he is a little bit, and you can kind of see a little press there, at least in the last 7 days for sure.
Gosh, it used to be, Jensen, that, opposition pitchers and managers would go, okay, we might put him on, or we're going to pitch around him. Now you're going, let's pitch around whoever's in front of him to get to Vladdy. What's that?
Yeah. Well, that means that when you're looking at where he hasn't proven in consistent stretches this year that he's going to beat you with one swing, then you're going to take your chances. I certainly, at least in the last week, I don't want to pitch to Kaz Okamoto right now. I mean, it's hitting everything in sight. I don't want to pitch to Varsho. And who would have thought we would have said that, right? And I'd rather attack Vladdy than have Kaz behind him and have to deal with him. So I think it'll level out. And I understand the frustration. I understand, if not now, when? I would show you last year that would you take August, September, and October Vladdy over everything else that happened the year? You absolutely would. So if he's saving his best for last again, then I think they're going to be in great shape.
Jensen Lewis, by the books, VSiN Live, our guest on Sports 1440. Let's talk about your Cleveland Guardians, where you pitched and played in Cleveland. If I told you before the season, Jensen, that, the Guardians would be in first place, but the team that they're basically tied for, it's not the Tigers, maybe not the Twins, not the Royals, it's the Chicago White Sox. What would you have said?
I would say, first of all, how many injuries have we had? And is Jose Ramirez still on the team? He's hurt. And a big reason, why Chicago has at least been able to be up there is they offensively have been way better, I think, than advertised. I think we saw some of the production towards the end of last year, Kev, when you saw some of the youngsters, in a Colson Montgomery and a Chase Mydroth, getting Kyle Teal back for them, it was someone that I think we all kind of looked at could be, those footholds. Well, what Sam Antonacci did in the World Baseball Classic goes without saying. I mean, what an igniter he was for Team Italy, and now what he's been with Chicago. Miguel Vargas, again, one of the big trade acquisitions, coming over in July of 2024, has been a steady presence. They've now gotten everyone involved in the Garrett Crochet trade up and into the big leagues, with Braden Montgomery being that last piece. But I'll be honest, it's their pitching. And Kev, you watched it last year with Toronto. When you can pitch and you've got the depth of the rotation, the back end of the bullpen, not just one or two guys in the back of the bullpen. I mean, Dominguez has been great. Grant Taylor's awesome. But you're getting Brian Hudson. You're getting Sean Newcomb kind of reinventing himself a little bit. And when you can close out series, you got a great chance to pile up a lot of victories. And I think that's the confidence that Will Venable has with this group right now, is they feel and they believe, more importantly, that they're in every series and that they can win every series. And if you were to tell me that they've been able to weather this Munetaka Murakami injury with the way that Murakami had started this year, very much a top candidate for Rookie of the Year, I would have said that's a real term of endearment there. And I think they're in this thing to stay. What a showdown that we'll have in Cleveland next weekend. Big 4-game set. Not sure if we had, as you alluded to, we're going to circle a series in July with the Chicago White Sox, all of a sudden having all kinds of implications. But that's the beauty of why we play the games.
When you mention Cleveland and Jose Ramirez, are we looking another month here? And how tough are those hamate bones when you do come back? How much do they still trouble you?
So I think first and foremost, they're going to take as much time as they need. And if it is on the aggressive side and only 5 weeks, he can't get back a day sooner with how much they've struggled. People are realizing now, not only locally, we know locally what he means, but nationally, why he is arguably the most valuable player of any team. Look at how different this team is without him. It is a shell of itself. Now, it doesn't help that Chase DeLauder injured at the same time, and we would expect that Chase to be back sooner than later. But hey, Stephen Vogt still trying to find that lineup continuity. Mentioned to you earlier, they've scored, I think, 4 runs or fewer in 11 of their last 13 games. I think they're 5-10, as you talked about, in their last 15. But when you can pitch, and again, here we go, they have to win a lot of low-scoring games. It's probably going to be the same way in this series against Seattle. Seattle scored 3 runs or fewer in 11 straight games. So I think there's a lot to be said that we've been used to this in Cleveland, where it hasn't been a juggernaut offense since the mid-2010s, and they're used to having to win low-scoring, close, really tight games. What I hope, though, Kevin, is that they don't burn out the back end of this bullpen too early. I think the starters, and listen, Parker Messick has been a joy to watch. Joey Cantillo, who's going to go tonight, last 2 weeks, has really gotten on a great run. Again, Gavin Williams, probably outside of Messick, has been the best starter in this rotation. They have a chance. It's pitching you for a reason here. They know how to develop them. They know how to grow them. And it's a big reason why they're in this division hunt every single year.
Jensen Lewis with us on Sports 1440. Across the league, the Dodgers are the Dodgers. Everyone knows how stacked they are. Brewers got Miz and Harrison. The Braves are having a great start. But in the National League, is a team that the most dangerous right now that you wouldn't want to face, is it the Philadelphia Phillies?
Boy, I put the Marlins in there too now. And obviously with what Philly has done since Don Mattingly's taken over, it goes without saying that it feels like it's been a complete mentality shift. I would say the Marlins would probably scare me if you have to go to South Beach. Kevin, they have the most wins at home in the National League. They got 2 more than the Dodgers do at Chavez Ravine. They just can't win on the road to save their life. They're 14-22. It's almost like they need the party of South Beach to distract some of these teams. Like they've got extracurricular activities happening instead of going to worry about the diamond. But I think what Clayton McCullough has done with this Marlins group, and you saw it a little bit last year. Remember, the final series of the year almost felt like a pseudo playoff series against the Mets, and they played it as such. Like, we're going to be spoilers, and we're fine with it. they got a great young hitter in Otto Lopez to go along with the X-Man, Xavier Edwards, atop the lineup. Kyle Stowers hasn't been healthy yet this year. Finally got him back. Remember, he was just a godsend in the middle of their lineup last season. I think if they're in this thing towards the trade deadline, I would not believe that Peter Bendix kind of sits back. I think he probably goes for it. I mean, just looking at where we are in the wild card race on the National League side, the Marlins just a game and a half out right now behind one of the great stories in the National League, the St. Louis Cardinals, what they've been doing. I fully expect that this Marlins team is in it through the trade deadline. And if they are there, I think they push some chips to the middle.
Is the Canadian Owen Casey coming around, you think, because he had such a tough start?
Yeah, and for him, his last week has been almost Kaz Akamoto-like. I mean, he's just hitting everything in sight. So I would expect that he has a great opportunity here to continue that momentum.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what, Jensen, I can't express how, disappointed I'm going to be not having these conversations with you moving forward here, but I can't tell you how much I enjoyed them as well. They were just great every time you came on. Your insight across the league, your knowledge for the game of baseball, top notch. Thanks so much for coming on, and all the very best to you in the future. And I'll be texting you next March when I'm driving again, and I'm looking for some tips for our baseball draft.
Likewise, brother. A stellar career, my friend. Enjoy retirement. We're always, if you're ever in the Northeast Ohio area, the door is always open. The patio has plenty of shade from the sun and some cold adult beverages to go along with it.
Great stuff, Jensen. Take care, and I hope our paths will cross at some point. Take care.
Likewise, man. Kev. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
You too. That's Jensen Lewis. By the books, VSiN Live. One of the very best, breaking down any team, any league. Pitched in Cleveland, when the Indians are the pride and joy when he talks about baseball. And obviously that's taken over to the Guardians. But every team, he's just so full of the insight, the knowledge, knows what's going on, totally plugged in. That is the game of the day, brought to you by St. Albert Dodge, where, again, the 2,500 Black Express packages have arrived. Check them out at stalbertdodge.com. When we come back, it's 10 o'clock on a Friday. That means it's golfing with the G-Man for the Country Club Tour. Before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update, brought to you by AWS Welding Supplies in Nisku. Product sales, servicing, calibrating, and free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton. Your one-stop shop for all things welding. That is awswelding.ca. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
World Cup action from across North America continuing today as a couple more groups will wrap up the first stage of play. Norway and France duking it out for first place at 1 o'clock from Boston. With a couple star players, Mbappe and Haaland, going head-to-head at 1 o'clock. Senegal will take on Iraq in downtown Toronto. Cabo Verde up against Saudi Arabia at 6 in Houston. And same time at Guadalajara, Uruguay playing Spain. In the nightcap games, Egypt against Iran from Seattle. And at BC Place, Belgium up against New Zealand. Both those games kicking off at 9 o'clock. CFL Week 4 continuing tonight with the Argonauts in Saskatchewan against the Rough Riders, getting underway just after 7. And some reports from the NHL offseason ahead of tonight's first round of the NHL draft going from Buffalo. Senators closing in on a contract extension with RFA Jordan Spence. Bruce Garriock reporting the deal to be 4 years by $5 million AAV. And in the majors today, the Blue Jays continuing their set against the Texas Rangers from downtown Toronto's Patrick Corbin will take the hill. Nathan Eovaldi countering for Texas. First pitch coming just after 5 o'clock. Catch that game right here on Sports 1440. Join in progress at the conclusion of the Jason Gregor Show. Elsewhere, the Orioles hosting the Nationals. Mariners are in Cleveland. Rays up against the D-backs. Yankees continue their set in Boston against the Red Sox. And in one of the nightcaps, Dodgers against division rival San Diego Padres. The Mets have fired manager Carlos Mendoza after the team is off to a 34-47 disappointing start in the NL East. Locally, Edmonton Riverhawks back at it, opening a set at home against the Port Angeles Lefties tonight from Remax Field. First pitch coming just after 7 o'clock. Coming up in hour 4, the Kevin Karius Show will be joined by longtime golf pro Gary Meyer for another edition of Golfing with the G-Man. I'm Brendan Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440, the Stingray radio station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
Mr. Rooter buries evidence in the desert.
I didn't mean to do it. I was forced into it. Yeah, forced. But now
No one will ever know. You've done well, Mr. Reuter. You did something awful, but you covered your tracks. It's done. The last transcript that shows I did a semester of Christian school.
Uncover evidence of the proudest plumber, Mr. Reuter.
Say hello to your new favorite drinks. Introducing new McCafe Refreshers. Icy cool, undeniably refreshing, and available in 3 flavors. Strawberry watermelon, mango pineapple, and blackberry passion fruit. Only at McDonald's.
You may get up early, but more than likely, the team at GS Construction have already gotten up before you, grabbed a coffee, headed to the site, and started their day. So while Edmonton wakes up, GS crews are already underground, quietly keeping things moving, upgrading, and laying the new underground infrastructure for our growing city. If you're the kind of person who goes to sleep with their steel-toed boots on, GS Construction wants to hear from you. We're looking for a maintenance foreman as well as a building and yard attendant. Visit gsconstruction.ca for more.
Legacy Heating and Cooling is serious about cooling. In fact, we offer multiple ways to cool your home. So you better
call Legacy. Call Legacy.
If you're looking for traditional air conditioning, we got you.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Or ask us about a heat pump to help you heat and cool.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Cool with AC or cool with a heat pump. Cool your home with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
When it comes to sports in Edmonton, Jason Greger is a must listen. He brings you the inside scoop with guests from across North America. If it matters in sports, you'll hear it here first. Greger rolls out weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports 1440.
School's almost out, and road trip season is just around the corner. But if your brakes sound like they're grinding harder than a hockey fourth liner, it might be time to visit Napa Auto Parts. Napa has all the quality parts, tools, and know-how to help keep your vehicle running smoothly and road ready. With over 85 locations in Alberta, visit your local Napa store today or shop online at napacanada.com. That's Napa know-how.
Think a quality golf cart is out of your budget? Think again. At the Golf Cart People, we have a fantastic selection of fully inspected, pre-owned carts starting at just $4,500. Choose from gas, electric, or lithium-ion power to fit your lifestyle. And the best part, every used cart comes with a 1-year warranty for total peace of mind. Why wait? Get the cart you've always wanted today. Visit the Golf Cart People. Find out more at golfcartpeople.com.
Bashaw Concrete Products. From concrete and septic tanks to blocks, precast water pads, Jersey barriers and aggregates. Farmers, contractors, homeowners. Plan your next project at bashawconcrete.com. Family owned, over 60 years pouring. Bashaw Concrete Products. Once again, start here. bashawconcrete.com. Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 10:03 in the City of Champions. Welcome back to the Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick. It's the 10 o'clock hour on a Friday. That means it's golfing with the G-Man, Gary Meyer, the golf pro extraordinaire for the Country Club Tour, where right now you can do a couple of things at the well, you can golf outdoor all the time now, but if we could only get the weather just a tiny little bit better. It's been tough, I know. But also it's PXG Fitting Day coming up July the 3rd at Ravencrest Golf Club. They've got the all-new Lightning drivers, fairways, hybrids, the all-new Gen 8 irons. So if you like the PXGs, head to Ravencrest Country Club on the CCT, July the 3rd, coming up at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. They'll get you fitted, and if that's the club you choose to hit. As we welcome in Gary Meyer to the big show. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning. I'm all dressed in black. Mourning, the passing of a legend in his own mind. They're going to look back over the years and they're going to say, I'll never forget old what's his name. Devin Harrias. He'll be the radio guy. He was really something. But it's going to be nice to have a real hockey player, to replace you.
Tom Gazzola.
Yeah, and looking at, your hockey history. Played 64 games for the Melville Millionaires.
Yeah, you're looking at the wrong thing.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Well, I'm going by this. Okay, I'm going by the stats I pulled. 10 goals, 27 assists, 37 points, 203 penalty minutes. That's 100 penalties. That's got to be hooking, holding, and pushing the net off.
Because when guys are flying by me.
Yeah. Pushing the net off, shooting the puck out of play.
Yeah. That was just 1 year.
Nothing physical.
Nothing physical.
No.
It's slashing and hooking and tripping, guys blowing by me.
Yeah. And a hell of a career with Sate. 10 games, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4, and neither team made the playoffs. So you've done for.
We made the playoffs.
You've done for junior hockey what Bernie Madoff has done for investing. So you got that going for you. Now, before I start to really, work on you, I just want to, your number one fan, Ashley, and of course, her mother, Denise, and father, Daryl. We were going to have lunch today, but I know that you're busy. Plus the fact Daryl was having his hair thinned and also tinted. So that was going to be done. But we'll get together with Ashley and them.
Okay.
I was hosting some friends in from, the one gal's in from Littleton, Colorado, Patty Duperel.
Patty Duperel.
Well, we knew her as Patty Griffin. Every guy in high school wanted to date her.
We've talked about her.
I think we have.
Yeah, every guy wanted to date her, but you were the only guy that didn't date her.
No, that's not. No, that was a different girl.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a girl whose name was Virginia. We called her Virgin for short, but not for long. Anyway, Patty, everybody wanted to date her, but the trouble is she would beat the piss out of you, which was, because she was, and could she swear? Whew. Anyway, she hooked up with Mark Malone, a guy I went to school with. This guy was an incredible athlete. This guy could jump anyway, he was an all-around great athlete, got into the oil and gas business and still doing it, going into his 70s. Elaine Hooper and his wife, Deb, Bob and Linda, just, we were all together just reminiscing those high school years,
Yeah.
And it reminded me of, what kept me out of college, of course, was grades 10, 11, and 12. But anyway, we're going to get to talk about you, which will be one of your favorite subjects. And I've got to work with, I'm just looking at a list of guys that I got to work with that were on-air media people. Al McCann, Lisa Miller, Randy Kilburn, Stan Ravendal, Ernie Afghanis, Bruce Buchanan, Darren Detishin, Brian Hall, Al Nagy, Bill Twelly, Billy Powers in Calgary, Wes Montgomery, Rod Phillips, John Short, Morley Scott, Alan Watt, Tagger Goldstick, Bob Stauffer, Bryn Griffith, John Sexsmith, Craig Simpson, Jim Hewson, Tim Dancy, and of all the guys that I've worked with in radio and TV, all of them, there is no question in my mind that you are the most recent. So, I really lot to say about that. But and then for those of you that don't know, Kevin is going to be when he retires, he's moving to Fleming, Saskatchewan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, population of 70. He's going to be opening a Blockbuster Video. And he'll also be selling typewriter ribbon and repairing VCRs and beta machines. So that should all be good. Google already, if you look at Google, it says recently retired in June of 2026. So they
Come on.
Google it.
Really?
Google it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So while I was there, I also Googled Kevin Karius's net worth.
Oh.
A picture of Laura Baker came up. So, but
so
what a legend. And I was just looking here because when we were talking about your junior career, Greg Adams, who played for the Vancouver Canucks,
that's right.
He plays a role. He gets dressed up with a wig and that, and he comes out as a guy named Al Dickey. And it's an amazing transformation if you know Gus.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this is what he would have said to you, because he would say, "Yeah, my dad's Big Al Dickey. Yeah, I'm Little Al Dickey, and I get to drive the Zamboni and drink beer. But I only could have one beer." But I remember when they drafted Kevin to the Melville Millionaires. Yeah, he was a real flop. So we'll get to your good points a little later, but that's how we're just warming up.
Titan says, "Bahaha, the most recent gold." You know what? In all seriousness, and Joan Carrillo sent me a couple of pictures because of Mill Woods.
Yeah.
And of course, how much water it took on in the entrance. We just got one in from Sham about the road being closed, and you know how the water comes in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that lake would be. Ooh.
Yeah.
And it's going to get a whole lot better on the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for that picture. Yeah. Thanks, Sham. We got a trivia question because we're going to give away 4 rounds, a foursome,
at
one of the Country Club Tour's many golf courses, the 7 of them in and around the Edmonton area. It's your choice. Just got to go to the CCT and pick them up. Tarek Deeb's been wonderful to the show. Tarek, I know you're listening. I got to come and pick up some stuff there from you, and that's much appreciated. But Gary came up with this question, and it's not an easy question.
Well, it is when you Google it, and everybody's going to do it because very few people could name them.
Yeah, I didn't know it.
Nope. And you're almost a sports guy.
That's why I'm out. I'm leaving. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just not. I don't have it.
No.
The trivia question is provided by Gary Meyer. Who was Jack Nicklaus's most famous caddy?
Yep.
And the one story that you brought up was in the hotel room?
Hotel room in Las Vegas. Yeah. So this guy was from Vegas.
Okay.
And so he went out with his buddies, and the Tournament of Champions was being played in Vegas. And back then you won a wheelbarrow full of coin, big, coin and money, and it was big money. Anyway, he keeps Jack's clubs with him. So he's got him in the hotel room, and he's out late, comes back, and he said he's headed for the shower, but he looked at the bed and he said, 5 minutes. I'll just lie 5 minutes. So he wakes up. He said, through my blurry eyes, I could see the clock, and it read 9 o'clock. And I knew that Jack's tea time was 8:45. And there in the corner, in all their splendor, stood Jack's clubs.
Wow.
Yeah. So do you think your heart would have started to thump a little bit?
It would be unreal.
So what ended up happening was Jack took a set off the rack at the Las Vegas Country Club, played with them, and when he came by, he walked right past them, never even acknowledged them, just straight by him. So anyway, that's the story. I'm not going to give you his name because that would give it away, and I would win the golf tour.
He was a caddy over 20 years.
Yeah.
Over 20 years. On the bag for 44 of Jack's 70 PGA Tour wins.
Right.
So get your text in 833-401-1440. The winning recipient will have a round of 4 at the Country Club Tour. This has been, thanks for those kind words too, as well.
I'll get back to, I've got some kind word. I've got a kind word here.
Okay, just wait. I got to thank, Jason Beulah has been unreal to this show. He just dropped off a cooler full of stuff, and he's taken us all out to dinner. He bought the auction through the Jason Greger Month of Giving.
Nice.
So he's taking us out to dinner at Chop. Can't thank Brad German enough. Brad has always stepped up for the Month of Giving. So we'll be going to Chop again tonight.
Yep.
Jason just dropped off a little cooler full of a whole bunch of goodies. And the line says, and you seen or had a look at this cooler, Gary. It's a Coleman from, I don't know how old it is. He goes, and I better not see this Coleman on Facebook Market.
Yeah. Well, if you paint it, they'll never know.
Well, he was probably listening. You're already trying to pawn it off on the Tropic Slow Pitch team.
Well, no, he wanted to give it to you, Duke. But I might do some more. Are you gonna finally print this thing out?
I tried yesterday and it didn't work, so I'll try again today.
Well, you know what's topping this all off, though, is that Greg Pilling has come in with gifts. And when you get gifts from Pill, it's usually old coffee cups he had at home, some parts from a couple of cars that he used to drive. And
oh God,
he even had a couple of phone numbers of girls he used to date. Of course, they're in a home, but And he's brought alcohol.
Yeah. So Greg Pilling's come in, one of our all-time favorite guys in town, and he's brought in looks like a 26 of was it cinnamon whiskey? It's homemade, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's homemade, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
we used to call that, for lack of a better, well, I'll go with the kinder word, crap mix. Oh, here. And he's serving it to us in little, it looks
little
like
tiny cups.
Well, these are like,
Well, you got an hour to go.
I know,
Oh.
but I didn't think you'd bring a urine cup like this and use this. Jesus, there's more stuff from laying around the house. Yeah, shot glasses are out. Hell, what the hell?
Thanks, Bill. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll come back again. The question for foursome at the Country Club Tour, 7 courses in town. Who was Jack Nicklaus's most famous caddy? And we've got probably a good dozen correct answers already. Keep them coming in. 833-401-1440. It's the Kevin Carey Show with the Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick, and Gary Meyer golfing with the G-Men for the Country Club Tour on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Did you know there are actually 3 seasons we experience in June? Spring, summer, and construction season. And while roads may be narrowed and detours are everywhere, GS construction crews are on site every day doing the work because the city doesn't stop, and neither do we. As we build and upgrade infrastructure, life continues around us. That's why we never lose sight of what matters most, making sure everyone, including our team, returns home safely at the end of the day. For more on what we do, visit gsconstruction.ca. Craving a dining experience that rises above the rest? Head to Summit Restaurant in the Silent Ice Center, just minutes from South Edmonton Common. Savor exceptional house-made pizza, delectable entrees, and expertly crafted cocktails in a stylish, modern atmosphere. Perfect for a casual meal or a special night out. Summit offers a refined experience where every bite and sip reflects our dedication to quality. Elevate your dining experience. Make Summit Restaurant your destination tonight.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
I've got some good news. If you've been thinking about a heavy-duty truck, the 2026 Ram 2500 Black Express is now at St. Albert Dodge. You've got 20-inch black aluminum wheels, black Mopar side steps, body color, bumpers and grille, and a sport performance hood. Available in all the colors for $68,990. Plus, new this year, Ram's best-in-class 10-year powertrain warranty. Now's the time. Head up the trail and see how easy it is to do business at St. Albert Dodge.
The Riverhawks return this weekend for First Responders Firework Friday. Enjoy Country Nights Mechanical Bull on Saturday with Daisy's Saloon. Then Boston Pizza presents baseballs and body slams on Sunday with a real wrestling ring. Fun for the whole family. Tickets at gohawks.ca.
Guys, there never seems to be enough time in the day, but you need to make time for this. Ken Franchek here. If you're 40 or over, a quick PSA blood test is crucial for early prostate cancer detection. The Prostate Cancer Center's Man Van is a mobile health clinic driving change for men's health. A few minutes could save your life. To get the Man Van out to your business or event, book today at getcheck.ca.
Hey, Gary, is that your dad?
No, this is Evan, the new sales rep I hired.
Oh.
First impressions matter, but when hair loss takes over, it can feel like you're not being seen for the maverick you truly are. Hi, I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. At Advanced Hair and Skin Surgery, we know that hair loss is more than just a cosmetic issue. It's personal. Let's discuss all the cutting-edge options available so you can make a great impression every time.
Book a free consultation today at drvanceelliott.com.
What's it like to score a winning deal at Car West Leduc? Like raising the cup in your hometown on your birthday. Feel it now at Car West Leduc. Experience a vast, uncompromising selection of top-quality used vehicles with no extra fees. Trucks, sedans, vans, SUVs, and more. backed by family-run service and top dealer ratings on Google. So when the final siren goes, you go home with a deal you'll never forget. Car West Leduc, 6514 Sparrow Drive, Leduc, or at carwestautosales.com.
You're listening to Sports 1440 and watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Sports 24/7. We are Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 1020 in Edmonton. The great Greg Pilling, long time. Well, he's coached everywhere. Coached the Regina Pats in the late 70s. He never got fired, he said. Yeah, just relieved of his duties. Yeah. But he comes in and he's got a shirt on with his wife's picture, Janice, on it, and he's just telling the story. And I don't know if you remember this story, Pill, but it's 20 years ago. A good friend of mine, Stubby Soulsby, he's passed on now. He ended up playing with Janice at the Easter Seals tournament, and they got so bombed. So bombed that now that like they were best friends, and they said, "Well, you got to come over." And we were close to coming over to your house that night. I don't know if you remember that, but it's close to 20 years ago, and it wasn't a good idea to do that.
Well,
yeah,
no.
Pill brought in. Janice made half of Bailey's and half Fireball, and we're having a shot here.
Oh, that's what you guys got. I got this is chocolate milk and diesel fuel that I got here. This make your hair grow.
Oh, there is some golf going on this week, Gary.
Yeah, apparently
the Travelers.
Yeah, there they are. Oh,
Travelers.
That's the women.
Yeah, we're watching the KPMG Women's PGA Championship, second round. Yoon is leading at -9 at the Travelers Championship. Victor Hovland has, he's got the lead, 65 he shot, and he's 5 under for today's round. So he shot a 65 yesterday. He's 5 under today, so he's 10 under par. He's taken the lead over from Brian Soupy Campbell, and Ashke Batia are at 9 under, as is Bud Cauley, too.
Jeez, Pill's giving me more alcohol.
Oh, yeah, Pill, it's just a free flow around here. Tommy G's pouring. That's great.
Yeah,
he's learning.
I got to be home for Christmas.
Yeah, it's like this every Friday around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't have the privilege of seeing Kevin on camera here, there's a woman in Bashaw that just found out what happened to her lawn chair.
This is our dog, Sammy.
I don't care whose dog it is.
He's coming in at 10:30.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
He'll be
okay.
here probably in 10
Well,
minutes.
I can see the dog. That's nice. But
What
the
about
rest,
else?
well, the rest of the shirt, Don Ho is spinning in his grave. Guys are going, who the hell's Don Ho?
Text 833-401-1440. It's been a weirder morning as far as, thanks, Bill. It's been a weirder morning as far as NHL stuff goes, because we always keep tabs and things like that. The last few days, it's been wild with the trades that have happened and signings and things like that. Just checking out some other things that are moving forward here. There's really not a whole heck of a lot of stuff in the sense that signings, trades, etc. We were talking about Jason Robertson. Turned down 8 years, $15 million in Seattle.
Yeah.
Turned it down.
Well, I can remember the contract I was going to sign with TSN. I had a contract for $10 million that I had signed, and just couldn't get them to sign it.
See how I set you up?
Yeah, yeah.
We're starting to work better together.
Let's take this on the road. We could be broke in 15 days.
What did I remember? We did the last. Well, it was the Toast of the Town with Terry O'Flynn.
Yeah.
T.O., obviously, Salt of the Earth. We had a great time that night.
Barry Stafford's idea.
Barry Stafford.
Brian.
Barry's great. Oh, man. Yeah. Brian Anstice. Yeah.
Aaron. Yeah.
Yeah, stuck, and all these guys have done a wonderful job. But
Yeah.
so Gary's doing the auctioneering, and I'm the guy that's basically just sort of, helping out a
You're
little
the
bit.
MC.
Yeah, but but we're doing a few things here and there. And then all of a sudden you looked at me and said, well, what's going on? I said, well, I looked at you and I said, how many of these have we done together?
Yeah.
We still can't get it right.
That's a fact. Yeah.
One of these days.
Well, we should count them. Have to be naked. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count to 21. Well, 20 and a half.
Text 833-401-1440. This was a real good one, and now I've lost it. Patty and Spruce, I'll get to that one, but the text that came in, Todd, here it is from Todd. Question for Gary. How many strokes higher do you think pros would shoot when they don't have someone or a crowd locate their balls in major championship rough? He goes, I got a tough time finding mine at Colonial. So you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. No, he's talking about U.S. Open rough
Anything.
and stuff
So
like that.
these guys bomb it out, and it's whatever.
Well, probably a fair amount, especially in the U.S. Open, because you can't. I mean, that's why they have 4 caddies and spotters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you got 5 minutes, and so you better be looking hard and fast.
Yeah.
But back in the old days, the caddy would, take the clubs with him, leave the driver, and walk down the fairway.
Mm-hmm.
And 4
Just in
caddy,
case.
yeah, when that stuff was going on. But yeah, several.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw when the ball goes in the rough, and without the guy standing there,
Mm-hmm.
there was times that even when he was standing there, they had to, dig around to find it.
Yeah.
But my answer is several.
Several, yeah. And I agree. It's just one of those things that we take for granted when you watch golf. You go, well, when do you see them really look for a ball?
Yeah. Well, if you want to really see how they do it,
Yeah.
go play in Jamaica. Daryl McDonald and I got invited to play in the Jamaica Open. And I missed the cut, but the caddies, because the grass is like elephant grass, and there's no way you're going to find it in there. But your caddy would leave you with your driver, and he'd walk up the fairway. And of course, I'd bomb it into this stuff. Well, when it got there, it looked like a UFO had landed because the caddies had stomped the grass down, and then they would pick the ball up with their toes and put it like in the middle of this circle. And you're going, oh, a divine intervention here.
Mm-hmm.
And so after I missed the cut, Mac made the cut. He comes in the room and he goes, they're all cheating. The caddies are cheating. The guys are cheating. They're smoking dope.
That must have been wild when you were there in Jamaica for.
Oh yeah. Well, we played the Pro-Am in Montego Bay.
Montego Bay.
Up at what the heck? Johnny Cash had a house up there, but we come off about the third hole, and there's military guys with rifles and stuff. So what's going on? I said, well, man, he said, we had the visitors here, don't you know? And they are on the golf course, and the guys come out of the bush and killed them and stole all their, So they had those guys on there. And so we're playing, and these guys are walking around with,
AK-47 or whatever, yeah.
FNs and stuff like that. And so golf is a very dangerous game.
Down there it is, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But they came out and mowed these guys down. Phil's
just saying, the spotters are there to get her going.
And sure. Yeah. Well, the pace of play would be just horrendous.
Yeah, pace of play. I got to thank Sham for that picture too. And again, Joan Carrillo sent me a video, and it was 2 days ago from Millwoods. We golfed on Sunday, if you can believe that.
Where?
At the ranch.
Oh, you did?
It was the only course that was open. The ranch
pretty good
better
drainage
than any course in town. The courses were closed for 3 days.
Well, I gotta think Legends drains pretty good, because it's in a gravel pit, right?
I don't know.
So it should percolate right through there.
It's very fair.
Yeah,
very fair.
But a toe field. You've been reading the stuff about there.
I've seen the pictures.
And I spent a lot of time out there because I married a girl from out that way, but I didn't realize that it was low enough. The town itself was low enough to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The lake's been dry off and on out there, Beaver Hill Lake, where all the snow geese come in.
Yeah.
But they're going to get it again this weekend. Just what they need.
Mm-hmm. Text 833-401-1440. Once again, I'm just absolutely overwhelmed with the amount of texts that have come in. with what's been announced here and Tom Gazzola taking over. And I promise I'm going to try to get to each and every one of you tomorrow after we finish things up tonight with a big dinner at Chop, thanks to Jason Beulah again. But I did about 200-300 of them, Gary, on Wednesday. I didn't get to a lot of them yesterday because we had the function last night. Did your invitation get lost from Gregor last night?
Must have.
Yeah.
What, was there an event?
Oh, well, there another
His and Specs.
Yeah, Specs. Yeah.
Oh, well, just like Global did with you. Yeah, don't invite a guy who's been there for a bunch of years and been there backing you. And I said, yeah, listen, I'm behind you right up until your nose starts bleeding. Right there for you.
Yeah. Bill,
Hey, Phil,
thank you very much, Bill. Great picture of Janice on your shirt, too. Thanks, Bill.
Always great to
Appreciate
see
it, buddy.
Bill.
Yeah. Greg Pilling.
Another legend in the city.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm gonna check. I got to check the record of Pilling's team in Regina.
Well, you know what he did in Sherwood Park?
For what?
When he was coaching. So a couple of the guys, 3 guys broke curfew.
Okay.
And so the players are all thinking, he's going to bench him. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. And so they're all watching Pill. Well, he sends them out on their first shift and they come back to the bench. He goes, no. You guys stay on. Stay on. He left them out there for 10 minutes. He said, I was trying to teach him a lesson. He said it backfired. He said they scored 2 goals, but he wouldn't let them come off the ice.
They had a tough year in Regina. They were 18-47-7.
Ooh.
And the year after, he continued his coaching career in Toledo in the IHL with the Gold Diggers. Previous to that, he was in Fort Wayne with the Comets, won a championship in the NAHL with the Philadelphia Firebirds.
Yeah. He was a player's coach for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a guy's guy.
And the other thing, the best story with Pill is when the Oil Kings were playing, is it Barry and Derek Sanderson had hit Bob Falkenberg and all that. I might be off a bit, but Sanderson's walking down the tunnel in the old Edmonton Gardens and someone pushed him into a little room underneath and they kicked the snot out of him.
Out of the Turk. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Pill had come back.
Yeah, he was gone. He was already playing pro.
Yep.
So he'd come back and was supporting his old Edmonton Oil Kings teammates.
Yeah. Well, because Bob Falkenberg was the guy that he attacked from behind.
Yeah, that was Sanderson, right?
Yeah. Derek Sanderson. Mm-hmm.
And he had the assist on probably the most famous goal in Boston Bruins
That's
history
right.
by far.
Yeah. Well, Orr gave it to him. He gave it back to Orr.
And scored on Glenn Hall.
Yeah. And then Glenn Hall said, geez, Bobby, is that the only goal you ever scored?
And then the other line that Glenn says that he had, by the time that Bobby Orr soared through the air and hit the ice,
yeah,
Glenn said, I had already gone to have a shower in the room and left the building.
Well, I know one thing. He would have had a beer.
Holy moly.
Would have had a beer. Oh, the gifts keep coming. There's Marty Stevens bringing stuff in.
Oh, I know what that is. That's what was my request.
Uh-oh.
I request, Duke, you're going to love this.
Uh-oh.
So,
Duke, have you ever seen a vibrating pocket buddy?
A vibrating pocket buddy. Oh, Gary.
It's nice to get out, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, see, you're going to have to really go hard at Tommy here right away.
Yeah.
To set the tone.
Well, I got to dig some stuff up. I'll have to
There's
go.
lots to dig up.
Well, I will go and hang around the other office a little bit.
Oh,
There's guys there that have some dirt.
Mm-hmm.
So all good.
Our trivia question again, who is Jack Nicklaus's most famous caddy? It's a round for 4 at one of the 7 courses on the country club tour. If you want to do it a Mundare, go to Whitetail. If you want to go to Goose Hummock, if you want to stay in town, you can go to Ravencrest.
Yeah.
You go
Montgomery Glen out of
Wetaskiwin,
Wetaskiwin. See Johnny Wilson out there.
Johnny Caddy.
Johnny, good guy.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, were you born in Melville?
Yes.
Okay. Now, and are you
waiting for the joke?
No. Are you 55 or 56?
9.
You're 59.
Yeah.
Well, Google's got you in there 55 to 56, so you got to like that.
See, I don't know where you're getting your Google information.
Well, you go on Google and it says Kevin Karius recently retired in June of 2026. Yeah, not even out the door, and they've already thrown the dirt on you.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
You have to go if you go to Elite Prospects.
Yes.
Sometimes Hockey DB doesn't give you the full picture.
Right.
of things.
Right.
So,
and what's this other one called?
Elite prospects. They're more of before you get to pro.
Yeah, but that they also allow you to put your own stats in there. So, there's that.
Duke, tell us. Okay, tell the story, Duke.
About what?
Well, we were saying about like Spec brought up the junior stuff, and then there was the one season that's on Hockey DB.
Yeah, there's the one year, and it's Spec was actually pretty impressed with Kevin's numbers. I don't know if that's any gauge or not because
really. Gary's
not very impressed, I guess, by these statistics. But Kevin is right. I think Elite Prospects does usually have a little bit more of the depth stuff as opposed to
depth stuff. Yeah, how many goals did you score during warm-ups?
Because here, Gary, all you need to know about Elite Prospects is that I'm on there for playing senior hockey in Delburne.
That's how you might be on there.
Well, I probably am. If I'm not, I'm going to put my name in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it is like Wikipedia though, where you can go and just edit it yourself. I should go in and pump up some of my numbers a little bit, or at least change like my listing and make me taller and not quite as fat.
The one thing, Gary, and no one knows more about the Russian Summit Series 72 than Gary Meyer. No one does. I think I've told you that we played the one exhibition game in 1988 against the Russian under 18 or under 17 team.
In 88?
This is before the wall had come down.
Yeah,
so they were still communists. And I mean, these guys came over and toured and played exhibition games.
Yeah.
And we played them, and we were mostly 19 and 20, and we lost to them. I think it was 5-2 or 5-3.
What an experience.
It was amazing. But the thing is, I had an old program and I kept it. And then I looked at it 5-6 years later. I said, I wonder if anyone, was on that team.
Yeah.
And the names were unreal. Pavel Bure, Sergei Zubov, Alexei Zhamnov, Korolev, Kovalenko, and there was one more. But anyway, I took this program when the Oilers were playing Dallas years ago, and Sergei Zubov was there playing in Dallas. Come on in, Lori. Come on in. So anyway, and I showed him this, and it blew his mind.
Wow.
He said, I cannot believe this. Come on in, Laura. Anyway, he could not believe this, and it showed the program. So it was pretty cool. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with the last segment. We'll get to our trivia winner. Again, the question, who was Jack Nicklaus's most famous caddy? 833-401-1440. It's the Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick. It's Golfing with the G-Man, Gary Meyer for the Country Club Tour on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. Looking for a solid 4x4 that checks all the boxes? The 2026 Jeep Compass is in stock now at St. Albert Dodge, and this is a great value, starting from just $36,900. It's a Jeep, so you've got 4x4 capability, plus features like an 8.4-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, active lane management, a park view rear backup camera, and more. Over 30 in stock right now in just about every color you'd want. Head up the trail and see how easy it is to do business at St. Albert Dodge.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at edmontonexpocentre.com today.
Getting your vehicle sparkling clean doesn't have to cost a fortune. Take it into Hughes today and pay just loonies a wash.
Find us at hughescarwash.com.
Good to go. With Mortgages to Go, you'll be good to go. Mortgagestogo.ca says yes when the banks say no. That's why Alberta has trusted Mortgages to Go for over 23 years. If you need cash and have equity in your home, you're approved instantly, guaranteed. Call 1-888-888-5998. That's 1-888-888-5998. With Mortgages to Go, you'll say, good to go.
Canada's men's rugby team at Clark Stadium. July 4th, Canada takes on Spain. July 11th, a doubleheader as Canada battles Portugal and Tonga faces Spain. Build the home field advantage for Team Canada. Tickets at Ticketmaster.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Edmonton sports fans stay informed with Sports 1440. Stream us. Listen to us on the AM dial. However you consume this radio station, thanks for listening.
Lux Windows was founded in 1969 with 5 people and a dream. 55 years later, our team of experts cares a whole lot about building and installing the best possible windows and doors. Because Lux is not just an Alberta-made product. We're one big Alberta-made family. Everything we are is windows and doors. A company born and bred and made in Alberta.
Alberta is growing, but our highways are crumbling. Are you tired of the rough ride? In the last 15 years, our population has grown with hundreds of thousands more cars and trucks on our highways. Today, more than 15% of Alberta's highways are in poor condition. Cutting highway maintenance doesn't save money. It makes repairs more expensive. Don't let the government ignore the problem. Your MLA works for you. Tell them to fix our roads. Visit fixourroads.com for more information.
A message from the Alberta Road Builders and Heavy Construction Association.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 1040 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick with you here on Sports 1440 AM radio. It's Golfing with the G-Man on a Friday morning. Our trivia question was, who was Jack Nicklaus's most famous caddy? The winner, and a grouping of 4, a foursome to one of the 7 country club tour courses in the Edmonton area. The correct answer, Angelo Argia.
Angelo Argia.
Angelo Argia.
Yep.
They first met at the Palm Springs Classic in 1963.
He probably had the white hair then, too.
He has a white afro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's caddied for Jack Nicklaus for over 20 years. 44 of his 70 tour wins on the PGA.
Yeah.
Over 2 decades. Yeah.
Chased him around for a long time.
Our winner is going to be Randy. So, Randy, Duke will send out a text here to you to get your name, number, and everything like that. All you got to do is go to the CCT. I'll send your info off to Tarek there as well at the Country Club Tour at the indoor golf facility there. A beautiful facility. I mean, I was in there. I've been in there several times. I mean, and we were in there once on a Wednesday at noon, and every stall was full.
I'm sure.
It's just packed. Yeah.
Yeah. You and their steel pencils. Nice having Ms. Baker here.
Yes.
Now, what's the dog's name?
Sammy, Laura, and Laura brought our dog Sammy in, and Laura's going to spend the last 20 minutes here. Thanks for coming in, honey.
Yeah, I guess you haven't heard. She's leaving you. Yeah, that's the other part of the show that's going to go on.
Yeah.
But so in 1990, you started in Yorkton, and I think you were doing the Hog Report there at Yorkton. And then they shuffled you off to Prince Albert, where you were an undercover prison reporter, which was nice.
At the shoe, yep.
Yeah. And then you went on to Lethbridge, Saskatoon, Calgary, and then here you clearly couldn't hold a job. So, and 33 years in television, 3 years in radio, 36 years.
Total, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a hell of a run.
Well, it has. And you take that and $2 to let you ride the LRT.
I can't thank enough of the people. I mean, just along the way, you mentioned Yorkton. Jay Boyd, true story. I was driving home. It was at Christmas, and I went into this TV station. I said, are you looking for someone when I graduate from broadcasting? He said, we need a guy right now. I said, well, I've never done TV before. That was the last year or semester.
And he said, yeah, and you're not going to the mops over there.
True story. That's another one. But anyway, he said, do you want to do an air check? I said, sure. Drove back to Melville, boarded my brother's suit, went and did an air check, and got hired 3 days later.
Ah,
yeah.
And your brother's name was Wendy. And it was a nice pantsuit outfit, though, that you were wearing.
Yeah. And again, like, to Bobby Krawchuk and PA, we had a hell of a run together. We did amazing work in PA for a 2-guy department. Lethbridge was real quick, but Pete Curtis was there. Saskatoon, Kevin Waugh, now an MP.
Okay. Yeah.
He's on his second term, maybe third as an MP. And then in Calgary, the great Russ Peak, worked with him, Soupy Campbell, all those guys.
Wow.
And then here, of course, Johnny Sexsmith, dear friend for 25 years, and really miss him since he passed. And, Jay Durant and
such a good,
Dean Millard and Quinn Phillips, and then Slav Kornick.
Yeah.
We had Lee Godfrey in there too. That's another story. But,
pile of people.
Yeah.
Well, and interesting. We were just talking about when you played for the Millionaires, and Jim Hillard, who is now the coach of the Maple Leafs. Yeah. So
I got a note earlier this morning from Todd McClellan. Todd and I grew up together, and he sent me a note, said congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So, well, it'll be interesting to watch Jim Hillard commit.
He's got his hands full.
Yeah.
He's got his hands full.
He'll be flying into the deck of some U.S. ships pretty soon. Yeah.
Hey, got to bring in the Duke of Delburne here for a second, because just in case, I don't want to run out of time, Duke. Man, oh man, when we first started the show, we had no idea I didn't know what the hell was going on. I don't know where you were, but we only met.
That's very accurate.
We only met for like no more than a half an hour, I don't think. And then we're on the air, and bang, next thing you know, we're almost 3 years later. Yeah. Duke, you brought a Pilsner in, hey?
I did, and I was just thinking about it last night as I was out gathering a few things to try and send you off into retirement as happily as possible. I know you love the Sea Change collection there, and then a bottle of wine that I think probably is wasted on you. Maybe Laura might have a little bit of a better taste for it, so that's great. And I don't know if like where you get a lot of the shirts you wear, but I got just a little something to maybe go get a few new outfits for the golf course in a card here that I'll pass across the desk.
Wow.
And then finally, as I was kind of putting all this together, I thought, I've worked with a guy from Saskatchewan, small town Saskatchewan, for nearly 3 years. And we've shared plenty of beers and drinks, but never my go-to, which is the Green Diesel itself, which, as we all know, is actually the pride of Lethbridge, but has this association with Saskatchewan and the Rough Riders. So I figured it would be very fitting to, I brought one in for each of us here in the final hour to crack and enjoy. They're crisp. Nothing better than a nice crisp Green Diesel. These aren't Army Darrell tailgate pilsners that have been rolling around under the back seat of the truck for 2 weeks. So
the logo's still on the can.
Yeah. They're new, but no, Kev, you're spot on when you talk about like when we started this. And to be very frank, like I know, and it's been insane even for me to see the messages that have come in for these past few days. Like you're standing in this city and the impact you've had on sports in Edmonton. Like I grew up in Delburne and like watching TV, whether it was global or anything else, wasn't really in my like day-to-day thing. So when Gregor told me who the host was, I'm like, I don't really know who that is. Which who knows, maybe that kind of for the best in the way that we were able to roll off each other and kind of build this chemistry for the past couple of years. So like for somebody that had never worked in radio in this capacity, like when Gregor told you if like I was gonna be the producer, this is my first job in the business, right? It would have been pretty understandable, I think, for you to say, I think I'd prefer to have somebody a little bit more experienced, with a little bit more standing or ground or whatever. But you just kind of let us roll with it. And yeah, it took us a little bit to get our footing, but it's been a ton of fun. You've served as a great role model, both in the business and as a person. So thank you very much. And I look forward to I look forward to our friendship continuing, even if our work relationship is coming to a close. So thank you so much, and best of luck.
Oh, thanks, Duke. I mean, as I said, I don't know if I would have continued on. And to be honest with you, when I made the decision, and Laura's here and she'll attest to this, she goes, well, what's the worst thing that can happen? You don't like it for 2-3 months and you quit, and then we figure out something else from there.
Yeah.
So like I said, well, let's give it a whirl.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But I would have never continued on, I don't think, if it weren't for Duke, because his passion and his work ethic is second to none.
Well, both these guys, I mean,
and Josh, I got to bring in too. Like,
they are
bring in Josh because he's been with us the last
sports. I mean, it amazes me when I listen to both of them. And but you carry these guys to another level too.
Josh, I mean, thanks, because you just came on, in the last while here. But I've never seen a guy eating as many donuts as you. Like at least 6 today, and now you've had 3 shots of Pillings.
No, I only had 2 shots of Pillings.
Well, you're going to have this Pilsner right now, and let's crack her. Dude.
Nice and crispy.
Did Josh used to be a city policeman? All the donuts and the booze? And...
No, just merely a guy who takes advantage of free stuff when it's given to him.
Well, then you're perfect for the media. I'll tell you what, there's the line. The line isn't very short when they're giving away free stuff.
I was gonna bring this up when you were talking about Kevin's Sate career, Gary. I was gonna see if Kevin wanted to bring up, the reason the games played list on that was pretty short.
Well, because it was only a half a year.
Exactly, but because he then left and went to what's the McEwen? Mount Royal, excuse me.
The following year, yeah.
Because that's and the reason I bring this up is because Josh talking about he'll fit in well with media because he loves the free food and drinks. Yep. That's essentially all they teach you in radio and TV school is like, hope you're not getting into this for the money because you won't find very much of it, but you'll find lots of free T-shirts, hats, and drinks and food along the way.
I'll tell you what, a guy who can time his bowel movements so he's able to stay on the air and eat like you guys were eating. I mean, that's an art.
Yeah, I do the best I can, Gary.
Yeah,
2:30 on the dot every day once I get back into the house.
Attaboy,
Josh, thanks. And again, when you want to if you put the work in, no matter what you're doing, you can have a career in anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
And like guys like yourself, I said this last night. You and Duke, Declan, Donnie P, Mac, it's there for you guys and girls.
Yeah,
it's there for you. But you got to be willing to sacrifice. You got to be willing because it's a tough business and you got to be able to really not just put the work in, but it's a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah. Well,
and Gregor's he's a testament to that.
But you are too. I mean, for the most part, you become a pillar of the community. You're an ambassador for, multiple charities in northern Alberta.
Was this on Google again?
No, this is some stuff I wrote down with a crayon. No, but and a huge role with Easter Seals. I mean, you played 5 times in the world's longest day of hockey.
No, longest game.
Longest day. So longest game. That's right.
Yeah, 240 hours and then turned into about 255 at the end.
It's unbelievable.
Now those guys are going for 260 some. It's crazy.
Toast of the town. I mean, big time there. And I know that you were really highly regarded here because they locked up all the swag outside there. They put it all away and they said there's this thing that says there's a picture of Kevin Karius with a round thing and a slash through him. No touchy this, Kevin.
Speaking of swag, I'll tell you what's in that box that Marty Stevens dropped off. He said, well, we want to do something for the gift or whatever. And hey, thanks to everyone at Stingray. I got some beautiful flowers. I thought it was spam to begin with, but they sent them to the house. I said, Marty, I would really like 2 boxes of those really good paper towels that are on the counter. Seriously, they're the best, Gary, on the counter on the bar out here.
Yeah,
did perfect for the garage. It's just a quick little towel to mop something up.
Well, for Laura's sake, I hope you're better at refilling the empty dispensers.
No,
better at it than anybody else that works in this building.
No.
Because that has got to be the biggest indictment on this place.
Well, two things. Number one, you can buy those, and another thing, that account you got at the bank where you put the money in, they'll let you take it back out. Okay. Laura embezzled for years. She knows how this works.
But I just, we got a couple of minutes here, Gary. I want to thank you for coming on board here. I've enjoyed this. And Fridays are the best because, you're looking at the weekend and everything, but the hour here and, I told you, I said, I would love to have Daryl McDonald on with us here for the last hour.
Yeah.
And Daryl just said, I just would love to, but I'm going to be doing some treatments today and every day from 9 to 11.
Yep.
And he's fighting the good fight. And
is he ever? And he's, what? And he got some good news the other day. I talked to Jane and, it's going to be better. He'll be back to shooting 64, 65 and taking Finley Maw's money and laughing all the way to the bank.
Speaking of bank,
Yeah, there you go.
But I want to thank you for being such a good friend. And I've enjoyed these hours every time. And you and Tommy are going to be great together for the rest of the summer. And I'll be listening for sure.
Yeah. Well, they say that you can measure a man's wealth by the number of friends he's got. And it's just so nice that I personally know a billionaire. So, and I'm sincerely, you're just a great guy that I've never heard anybody say a bad word about you. And I've tried. And
Ashley Meyer just texted in, Gary. Good morning, Kevin. Congratulations from Ashley Meyer.
Yeah. We could go on and, kiss your ass for another 5 or 10 minutes. But after the amazing brown nose job by the Duke, I'm just about speechless.
And the funny thing is that Gary and I, whenever we get together, hey, have you heard the one about? And then even the craziest one was Gary told me a joke about a year ago, and I said, Gary, I told you that one 10 years ago.
There's nothing wrong. They say recycling is good.
Oh,
Good. No, it's been an honor, Kevin. It really has. Just a real honor, and it's been fun. And I look forward to every Friday, to come in and just, hang out with the guys.
It's just like we're sitting around having a beer talking.
Yep, exactly.
Thank you. I want to thank just the Stingray family here again. This place is just unreal to work at, and the umbrella, which is Sports 1440, the opportunity by Jason Greger that was given to me about 3 years ago. I can't say it. I mentioned it last night at the taco shop. I mean, Jason put a lot on the line to do this. People don't understand how much sacrifice that he put into this, and this station's growing, and it's been almost 3 years now, and it's going to only increase. It's going to get better and better and better. We've got great young talent coming in. Tommy Gazzola is going to be great. Low Tide continues his fine work. Greg's does an awesome job on the drive home show. We got Blue Jays baseball. This station is only going to get better and better and better, and the reason why is because of the great people that work here. And then lastly, I want to thank all our listeners and viewers for Back to the Global Days. I mean, I truly mean this. I hope that there was a connection over the years with our listeners in the last 3 years, and going back to Global and ITV, because that's the connection. If you don't have the connection with the person that you're talking to, you got nothing. And that's one of the keys to being in broadcasting. You have to have that connection with whoever's listening. You might not agree with the person all the time. You might agree with them all the time. But there has to be a connection where there's something that draws you together. And I hope that we've done that in the last 3 years. And then lastly, to my family, my mom and dad that passed away just 20 years ago, feels like it was yesterday, for the guidance and pushing me, and everything I am is because of them. So Mom, love you. I know you're listening right now. And Dad, man, we had some good times, didn't we? And then, of course, Laura and Sammy sitting over there in the corner.
Yeah. Laura's asleep.
Yeah. Laura's asleep. Man, I couldn't be here without the support, Laura. Love you, honey. Thank you. And I can't wait to spend even more time with you. Someone texted in, and who the heck was it? Because I've got so many. It was the real, something about hanging with Laura more often. I don't know what it was, but I'll have to get that one to you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm looking forward to this next stage. I won't be a stranger. I'll be still in town doing whatever. Hope to run into each and every one of you. Coming up at the top of the hour, it is Fantasy Frenzy with
the former Roshep Tiber,
Connor Halley, and the Duke of Delburne. At 12 o'clock, it's the Lowdown with Alan Mitchell. 2 till 6, Jason Greger drives us home with the Jason Greger Show. We got Blue Jays baseball. We'll pick it up in progress, about the third inning or so. It's the Rangers and Jays. First pitch is at 5:07. We'll get to it right after Greg's. Fox Sports all night long. Tomorrow morning at 9 bells, it's the Triple S, fellas. Josh is giving the thumbs up. Thanks, Josh. Duke? Duke's in. What's going on with Hoop City now? Duke?
Last show tomorrow.
Awesome. Paul Sir sent me a note the other day. I love talking to Paul on the show. I learned more about basketball from Paul than I've learned about even you, Fenny, than anyone. So tune in for that tomorrow. Duke will be with you on Monday morning with Eddie Steele. Thanks everyone for listening. Really appreciate all the great texts. I'll get back to each and every one of you on the weekend. It looks like it's going to rain all weekend. I got nothing to do but send texts out. I'm going to do each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Until then, here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
World Cup group play coming to a close for a couple more groups today, as Norway and France will duke it out for first place in Group I, starting at 1 o'clock in Boston. Senegal and Iraq face off at 1 from Toronto. At 6, Cabo Verde against Saudi Arabia in Houston, and from Guadalajara, Spain, up against Uruguay in the nightcap games. 9 o'clock kickoff between Egypt and Iran. Plenty to be settled still in Group G, and Belgium and New Zealand go at it from BC Place in Vancouver. CFL week number 4 continuing tonight with the Argonauts in Saskatchewan against the Rough Riders, kickoff at 7 o'clock from Mosaic Stadium. And reports from the NHL offseason. A couple signings to report on as Jordan Spence extending in Ottawa, 4-year deal at a $5 million cap, and Tony DeAngelo sticking on Long Island, 2-year deal worth $4.5 million annually with the Islanders. In the majors today, full set of games once again, including the Blue Jays continuing their set against the Texas Rangers. Patrick Corbin on the hill for Toronto. Nathan Eovaldi countering for Texas. First pitch coming just after 5 o'clock. Catch that game right here on Sports 1440. Joined in progress at the conclusion of the Jason Greger Show. Elsewhere, Orioles hosting the Nationals. Mariners are in Cleveland. Rays up against the D-backs. Yankees continue their set in Boston against the Red Sox. And the LA Dodgers in action for a nightcap game against their division rival, San Diego Padres. Off the field, New York Mets firing manager Carlos Mendoza. Earlier on today, New York is 34-47, approaching the midpoint of the season and currently mired in a 6-game losing streak. Locally, Edmonton Riverhawks back at it tonight, starting off a series at home against the Port Angeles Lefties. First pitch coming just after 7 from Remax Field. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is Fantasy Frenzy with Hallie and Douglas. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.